Good morning, Soldier Boy here, and welcome back to RoadCraft for what is live stream number 23 as we continue our journey through the game. Good morning, I hope your week is going well. We're back today for 3.5 hours as we continue on from last Thursday's stream. Last Thursday, we continued on the map Deluge, and we continued trying to complete some of the missions, which involved lots of tree cutting. That was took up a lot of our time in the last stream. Hopefully, today we can make some more progress on Deluge as well. I'm not 100% sure exactly how much percent-wise you're through it, but we'll have a look in a second. There was also a patch that went live last week after we finished streaming, and we'll have a quick look at the patch notes because they do make interesting reading. Basically, they've added some new vehicles into the game. None that I think are going to change things for us. I have also heard and been told that there are some issues with the patch and causing some duplications for people, so we need to be a bit wary of that, to be fair. But we'll have a quick look at that in a second, and we'll just do all the usual stuff, and then we shall crack on. But yeah, hopefully today we will hopefully get somewhere with Deluge. The thing is, with a lot of the maps, it's trying to get as much done as possible, but also making things easier for yourself. And that making things easier for yourself is a bit that takes the time. There we go. So actually, I don't know if I did what I need to do that. That's what I need to do. There we go. But I hope you guys are still enjoying RoadCraft. It's one of those that I don't think is going to appeal to everyone. I think it's the same as Death Stranding, to be fair. It's not going to appeal to everyone. But actually, it's quite a nice game to chill out to. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else they keep adding to the game. I do think the vehicles are added in the patch. Some people like them. Some people think it's a waste of time, including myself, because I don't think we'll use them. Although we'll try and buy every vehicle as we will try to anyway. I've just got a feeling they're not really for us. But patch notes then from last week's patch. Let's have a quick look before we go in. So they added 3 new SAR class vehicles, specialized recovery vehicles, heavy duty winches, and a versatile scout transporter with flexible logistics. We'll have a look at them in game as well, to be fair. Also, they added a photo mode and a securing and unsecuring functionality for mounted vehicles on transport. So now you can transport vehicles and tie them down, which is something we wanted from the start. You can now turn the engine on and off. Again, I guarantee I'll forget. New quick player marker placement functionality. Not sure what's going to happen there. And decreased occurrence of rain in some locations. So we'll see how that plays out for us. As I say, I've been told there are some issues with the patch, and it's causing some vehicles to be duplicated. But we'll find that out in a second. So let's load in. We're currently 76 hours, 76.9 hours according to that. And we're on the map Deluge. We're 18% in so far. We've done 7 of the 28 main objectives and 0 of 10 side. Wow, we haven't done a side objective yet. That's something. Service token. Have they changed it from fuel to service tokens now then? Because normally at the bottom there, it now says service tokens 20. I swear that it used to say fuel. So that's a change. By the looks of things, that was in the last patch. We're still on the first stage of the 3 stages for this map as well. I'd estimate 1 or 2 maybe more objectives, and maybe we'll move on to the second stage potentially. We shall see. Thanks for the like, videos, much appreciated. But yeah, these patch notes, although some of it's going to be good for us, like being able to tie vehicles down, is what you wanted from the start. But looking at that, so they've changed fuel then, strangely. Crazy Iceman, good morning, hope you're well. Have you noticed that the fuel's not there anymore? Or am I just seeing things? Because on that page, the map page, fuel wasn't there anymore. It was a service token instead. Whereas I think the fuel worked fine. I just tried not to use it that much. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so fuel has changed to service tokens. I'm just letting everything catch up for a minute. Because you can see the missions are all reappearing at the top. I'm just letting that crack on before we do anything. I think it's just re-putting all our missions back on. Yeah. Because we finished with this mission last time. We done? So one of the new functionality, from what we've been told, is engine off. There we go. So if you hold circle, you can turn the engine off. I guarantee I won't use that because I'll forget every time and leave my engine on. There's no fuel, so it doesn't make a difference to leave it on or off. It's just noise. So it doesn't really matter, does it? And in fact, you've got to hold it down, I will forget. Guaranteed. Okay. We'll have a look at... Let's go first to have a look at the garage. Because as I say, they've added new vehicles. I don't think any have been added to us. Let's just double check this and see. Because, Crazy Irishman, you were saying that there's been some duplications, hasn't there? Just double checking we've not changed, nothing has changed for us in our lot. So I don't think it has. So the big thing for us will be able to tie vehicles down in when you're on like the heavy transporter. I think that's going to make a difference. Shop wise, as I say, there are new vehicles now in the shop. Is that new? The SAR truck? That is new. So this is the Mule T1 SAR truck with a heavy duty winch. So this is designed for recovering vehicles, I suppose. So the SAR trucks are recovery vehicles with extra strong winches, essentially. Being a 2.1 passenger, they'll change the service tokens. Yeah, I don't get the change of service tokens. So that's the new vehicle for the Mule. Again, you've got scout vehicles. I suppose when a scout vehicle isn't strong enough, one of these will do the job. So that's the Mule version. What else is added? Scout with trailer. That's a new add as well. So that's the scout vehicle, the Lynx scout vehicle with added trailer. I suppose that could be quite handy, but again, it's a scout vehicle, so it's not going to take anything heavy. That's the only downside. And it has got a winch, but again, it's only 6 ton strength, whereas the SAR was an 8 ton. Mobile scalper, we still haven't used that. We need to use that at some point. What else have we got here? So there's only one scout that can have a trailer, and that's the Lynx. Anything else? Oh yeah, the SAR truck, the Nossa Allegro. That is a new SAR. That's a new truck. That's only got the same winch strength as the scout vehicle. So to me, that's not as good as a Mule. Looking at that, a lot cheaper than the Mule though. You're able to search for SAR. Yeah, search and rescue. Oh yeah, no, we've always had to start the vehicle at the start when we first got into it though. But yeah, that one's winch strength is only 6 tons compared to the Mule SAR truck, which is 8 ton strength. So currently the Mule is the better one. Is that there was one more? I think there's one more SAR still to see. There we go. It is the Pike. This is our light equipment transporter. We've still got the rusty one. We've never used it, and now the Pike has a SAR as well. And that's a 7 ton wind strength. Again, not as good as the Mule one. So I think the Mule's going to get a bit more use again, really, to be fair. As I say, when you're stuck, completely, I do see the point of these. If the wind strength on your scout isn't good enough, these make sense. How much we're actually going to use them, I don't know. Yeah, the Mule's definitely the better one. Is that new? Oh no, we've only got the rusty version. We've just never upgraded it. And then, yeah, we've got a couple of vehicles we still need to reach other levels to unlock. So, yeah, there's pluses and minuses there, isn't there, really, to be honest? Right, missions, let's crack on. We've got main mission, clear out the debris near the water gate. bring the generator to activate the water gate, and plan a route for the convoy from the tunnel to the railway station. That tunnel there to that railway station. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. We got in a bit of trouble. Didn't we try and do this and they went wrong, didn't it? Yeah, this is the route here. Where are they getting stuck? They're getting stuck at the sandpit, which is why I thought they'd be okay at the sandpit. They seem to be getting stuck a little bit here. Yeah, they're getting stuck at the sandpit, which was our way of making them go a different way to avoid the mud. We'll try and put them on this bit over here. I can't see if there's any tree stumps in the way, but I wonder if that might be a little bit easier for them. Because it does seem more of a route that way, to be fair. I might have to change this as well, to be fair. Let's put that there. Put this there. Get rid of this one. Let's try that and see what happens. It's because they're using the silly Wayfarer, which we know is rubbish as a truck. If you're going to get stuck right there, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, it's probably a little bit muddier than I was expecting, actually, to be fair. Yeah, that's a little bit muddier than I was expecting, to be honest. Okay, maybe then. Let's move that back over this way, because that is extremely muddy there. And try that. Either that or we need to go and do a road. We need to build a road or put loads of sand down over here. That's the other option, is that. Because that's where the issue lies, is that bit there. If we can get them through here, then the rest of the route should be absolutely fine. But it's getting them through this first bit. Right, what other objectives have we got on here? We've got side objectives. Bring logs for the construction of a private dam, that's a lot of logs. Prepare the area near the dam, let's build a road. Clear damage from the train accident and find the missing parts of the rocket booster. We haven't done a single side mission yet, to be honest. That's going to fail again, isn't it? I think we need to deal with this first and foremost, this route. And I don't know the best way of doing this, to be fair. What have we got over here? That's our scout vehicle. We haven't got another base. We haven't got a base operations anywhere near there. That's the problem. It's miles away. To do a road there with all our road equipment would take forever. Going deep water. Oh, okay. Just wing it. Good morning, Mark. How are you? It's not as simple as that, unfortunately. Who placed the flag? Oh, okay. Is that what they mean by quick placement, wasn't it? We need to sort this route out. And I think the only way to do that is to either sand this off or road it. Annoyingly. What do we got there? I think we have to drive all that stuff up there. It's a fairly simple route. I would probably put I might have to put a road in there as well. It's a straight road up. It's not a difficult route to get to. But I think that would solve a lot of issues if we did that. It's just annoying. And we could always use the heavy trailer and put the slower vehicles on the heavy trailer, to be fair. That might not be a bad shout. Right, let's head north then. Let's do this. Let's go and build this road, which will make that job a little bit easier. Hopefully. But yeah, I think we're going to build a road there. It will just make life so much easier. You need the fast travel scout. You mean the mobile base? You need to get that where you want it, don't you? And then you cool stuff to it. I know it makes life easier. I just don't tend to use it very often. To be fair, just because I just don't use it. But now they've changed the fuel to service access tokens. Obviously, you can only do that as many times as you've got tokens for. So if you run out of tokens, you can't call anything anymore. So I kind of saved them for an emergency, personally. I just think if you use them all up and then you get an emergency, you're kind of in trouble. So to save that, I wait. I know it says just drives off halfway across the back, completely agree. But if you run out and then you have an emergency, I know I can't control this thing this morning. You can buy them. See, I've not sold a single item and not bought a single item yet, and I kind of don't want to. It's kind of my thing of not buying anything. I'll upgrade vehicles quite happily, but I try not to buy anything or sell anything. I suppose you can run out though. There's only a limited amount. I've only got 20 currently. If I was to use 20, if I was to call all the vehicles to where we're heading now to make the road, that's 4 of them gone just to call the vehicles to make the road. And then the other road we need to build, if we call them there as well, that's another 4. It won't last very long. I know you do get them rewarded as well on missions, to be fair. Yeah, no, just down the map, don't transfer, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I don't understand why they've changed the name though, from fuel to service access tokens. I'm not sure on the name change. Fuel wasn't quite right, to be fair, so maybe that's why they've changed it. It doesn't really, you're not using them as fuel, you're using them to cool a vehicle, so I suppose in some ways it makes sense. Right, this is the bit we need to put lots of sand down. Obviously the hope is we can drive this through the water to actually put the sand down in the first place. But yeah, we'll make this into a road and then we should be able to get the vehicles over and do that route quite easily. Right, let's close that. Refill sand. Need some more back there while it's about. You might still have Simon's free. Oh yeah, no, I know you can get extra one. Quick question, Sunny, finish on which map do you choose next? Sandstorm or the one you're on? Sandstorm I found quite simple. It weren't a bad one to do. It depends if you want more water or not after Sunkern. It was quite nice having a bit of a rest from that, to be fair. You did Sojourn. Did you get? Oh, is there a new dozer? Is there on there? Yeah, well, we did a vote in the community page to see which map to do next, and this one won over that one. So we've only got this map, Sojourn, and then the final map to do. But yeah, the vote dictated this one next. Why can't I move? Come on, keep moving forward. I think the nose is getting stuck. It's too low, isn't it, the nose? There we go, nose is up. Come on. I hate tipping sand. I generally when we have to build roads that we're made to build, I generally let the computer lay the sand, to be fair. I'm not a massive fan of laying sand, I must admit. Right, we don't know if we're going to need more, so we'll just move this onto the grass for a minute. I think that might be enough. We shall see. We'll refill it while we're here as well. So what we'll do, we'll drive the dozer around to flatten this, and then we'll get the heavy transporter. We'll put our roller and our asphalt onto the heavy transporter and bring them around that way, because that'll be a bit quicker. But Dozer can drive. Dozer won't be too bad to drive up there. The other new thing they've added in as well, that I saw on the patch notes, wrong button, was you now have to select the roller to actually start rolling the asphalt, whereas before it did it automatically. Obviously it's a roller, it doesn't do anything else but roll. Now you have to select it. Then we'll walk for now, just to get water out of the way. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? It depends what you really want. But yeah, you now need to select the roller to roll. I don't get the change. I think that's the silly one, to be fair. I thought they put in the patch as well. They did say they made it so there's less rain. It's going to tip it down. Yeah, another turn on and off button. I've not actually used it, although I will do shortly. I just don't see the reason for it. A roller just rolls. It doesn't do anything else. So why would you turn it? I want the roller to not roll this asphalt. I just want to drive over it, and the roller's wait to disappear. It doesn't make any sense. It just takes a bit of realism away. In actual fact, doesn't it? That's the thing. I wonder how long before we need to buy one of the SAR vehicle. Well, the mule SAR vehicle will be the best one to buy. I just don't see when we're going to need it. Because if we get stuck, we just call the vehicle back and go again. Unless we're miles away, maybe. I don't know. I do hate how fiddly this thing is sometimes. How it's sensitive to moving it, especially when the bucket is up in the air, because it gives it a high centre point, makes it more liable to tipping over. But if you put it down and go manually and move the bucket down, it goes onto low gear, which means it's really slow. So you can either drive it really slowly, but it won't tip over because you move the bucket lower down, or you've got to risk the bucket making you tip if you go too heavy around corners. And I just find it really fiddly, and it really reacts to controls as well. It's a sand map, is it? You found it pretty easy. Okay. You think the rail is a shorter length of time? What rail? It sounds like it was a pain. So many rocks on this kind of road, the amount of routes to. I found Sandswap really easy. I didn't find that too bad. My worst map has still been Sunkern. Sunkern nearly made me quit the map. I've always 100%ed every map, but that was the only map so far that made me not want to finish it. I hated Sunkern. But yeah, Sandswap I really enjoyed. Sandswap I didn't find too bad. But everyone's going to have a different opinion of what they enjoy and what they don't. Right, as always, we'll do this twice. Swing this round. And we'll go back around and make sure it's as flat as possible. I like the fact they've added the ability to tie vehicles down on the transporter. That now makes the heavy transporter a bit more worthwhile using, to be fair. Whereas previously the heavy transporter was a bit redundant, I thought. There we go. Let's make that road as wide as we can. We do like a good wide road. Okay, we now need to grab our heavy transporter, which we'll have to grab from here, and we'll go and pick the vehicles up from there. As I say, we don't use heavy transport that much, but now it'll be better. Now we can tie vehicles down. It makes more sense to use it. That's the upgraded one. Exit is behind us, annoyingly. Got to get us to turn. There we go. Sorry, range, short time, length. Sunken did nearly break me, yeah. Heavy transport has been given a tiny bit of horsepower. Yeah, well, this is what we said previously, wasn't it? It just, for heavy transport, you expect more power. It's always lacked that power. But if you're using it on roads, which we're going to be now, and you're transporting vehicles, it's hopefully not going to be too bad. And the route, to be fair, isn't too bad for this, so we're not really going to push it too hard. But yeah, I do think for what it is, it lacks power. But I'm just looking forward to seeing the vehicles tied down, to be honest. Right, let's stop there. We will put the ramp down. We need asphalt first, so we'll put the roller on first. Yeah, start rolling asphalt is L1X now, whereas before it wasn't even a button. Annoyingly. I don't understand why they've done that. Dave, good morning, how are you? You're working all day today, so you're tired, are you? If you're tired, go to sleep. Yeah, so driving this all the way there, that would be annoying, wouldn't it? At least we can now transport it properly. You could transport things previously, but it wasn't brilliant, to be fair. Don't think it needs to be that far. There we go. Just got to get to there. Right, Ashvaulter. Might try and reverse this on, to be fair. Square this up a little bit. I think I'm going to try and reverse this on so it just comes straight off. I'm too far over one side. This thing is fiddly. Although this is the better asphalter. This is the upgraded. This is the newer one we bought. Need it over to that. Come on. Ah, no. But I don't want to go on frontwards, that's the thing, but I may have to if I can't get this straight up. Go on, down, down, down. There we go, put yourself down. There we go. It's on. It's not going to go any further back, let's put it that way. Okay, it hasn't strapped. Is that why that's red? Because it can't strap the final one. Yeah, it cannot secure. Is it because I've driven it on backwards, I wonder? Yeah, I don't think it's going to strap that down. I don't know if it's because it's gone on backwards and I need to get it to go on forwards. Let's try it forwards, see if it works. You rode a bicycle. Have you never seen my face before, Dave? Considering every Sunday, my face is in the video. Have you never watched the scheduled video? I used to be thinner, but after not being able to walk for 5 years, kind of can't lose weight. I've put on I've put on, how much have I put on? I've put on 7 stone in 5 years, due to not being able to walk properly. Right, let's see if that will go down. It's now frontwards. Hasn't gone red this time. I can't. It is secure. It says cannot enter a secured truck. There we go. That is all now secure. Look at that. That is all secure on the back. Nice. I like that. You can just see the chocks underneath the rollers at the front of the roller as well. I like that. Yeah. I'm definitely not tall. I'm 5 foot something, but I'm not tall. I think I'm 5'9". I think. No, so you have to drive them on frontwards. You can't do anything backwards by the looks of things. You thought I was tall. I definitely weren't tall. I'm not tall. But I can't believe you've not seen my face before. Right, let's get going. The rain is coming down again. I had to stop for a minute. And say, I like the fact we can now transport vehicles properly. It was always a bit dodgy. You can put them on the back, but you couldn't secure them. There's always that risk they were going to fall off. There was a way of doing it so they could be strapped, and that's by putting an item on top of them, and it'll strap the item down, and that'll do it. But it takes the realism away. Whereas now they're actually strapped in properly. They've got chocks underneath the wheels, the tracks, the roller in the roller's case. I like that. But we now know they have to go on frontwards, which makes a lot of sense. I was just trying to make my life a bit easier. This does seem to be handling better, to be fair, and it doesn't seem to be as struggle with the weight as much. You got to think the two vehicles on the back must weigh a lot, and this doesn't seem to be struggling like it has done previously. So maybe they have upped it a little bit then. You can reverse your smaller asphalt. Ah, okay. So this is the other one, isn't it? It's bigger. That could be why. Yeah, it could just be the fact that's the bigger asphalter. Yeah, this definitely doesn't seem to struggle as much as it's done previously. Obviously, we'll have to wait till we put cargo on it. Maybe this may now become more useful, the heavy transporter. Whereas before, we just didn't use it because it never really gave us any benefit. But I think now it might do. What they need to do though is upgrade the Wayfarer. That's the one vehicle they need to do something to. I hate the Wayfarer with passion. I lost it. Thought I'd lost the vehicle then. But yeah, they need to do something with the Wayfarer. The worst vehicle in the game by far. Right, there we go. We're here. Unstrap cargo. Ramp us down. Let's go and do some asphalting, and then after that we can roll it. Jobs are good. We've still got one vehicle we've not even used yet, and we need to have a look at it. That's a scalper. You were saying the scalper for you, Craig Josh, was to do with sand, wasn't it? I just want to see what it does, if anything. Right, let's get this road made and then we can get this route done. We'll try and stay to the left, and obviously we'll do 2 runs as we always try and do. Let's stay to the right, sorry, and then we'll do 2 runs. Hopefully this fixes the route the Wayfarers need to go on. And that means that'll be another mission complete if we can get that done. And they're delivering a lot of... They're delivering concrete slabs, I believe. I think it's 60 or something we get for doing this mission, once we get it all done. Yeah, we haven't put it through mud. It could be completely different, to be fair, once we put it through some mud. On road, I still think it felt like it was a bit more powerful, considering the weight of what it was carrying. Leaves that are going to get mixed into the asphalt. Right, there we go. I need to move this out of the way. Obviously, we're going to want the route done and running before we actually do anything else. So, we'll move these out of the way. The next job, we'll end up recalling, I think, anyway, for the next job. Right, rolling time. And as I say, we can't just go on and roll it now. We actually have to press the button to roll it. I don't know. What is the difference? If we press the button now, we're now rolling asphalt. Although I'm not actually on asphalt. If I take that off now, there's no difference. It's not even like it was in low gear or anything. Obviously the difference will be on the asphalt itself, but there's no difference in pace. It's a weird change. I can imagine a lot of people forgetting to put it on, to be fair, when they're rolling. I think it'd be so easy to forget. My thing is just don't turn it off, but obviously when you recall it, it will turn off, won't it? Copying you doing a bit of rolling. Near on case of quarry. Oh really? Okay, we'll have to buy and see how it works. It's the one vehicle I don't know anything about, that's the thing. I'm going to miss the middle section, aren't I, here? I made this slightly too wide that the roller can't reach all of it. I'll have to do a third lap. Okay, this may be slightly too wide. I've never done that before, we've had to do a third lap. Wow, okay. There's a big section in the middle that's not been done. And I've not turned off rolling, we'll still keep rolling at all times. Thank you for the like, much appreciated, Oz. Okay, so this isn't a road that we were told to make, this is one we've done for ourselves to make the route we've got to plan a lot easier, as it failed a few times trying to cross the sandpit. But yeah, I'm not going to turn off the rolling, I'm going to leave it on, and we'll have to check it if we go and use it again, obviously. Because I think if we recall this, it'll probably automatically turn it off. And again, I know we can turn off vehicles now, we can turn off the engines, but again, I'm not going to do it because I'm going to keep forgetting. It's another button to press that we don't need to press, that's the thing. Right, I need this out of the way, ideally. Oh, ramps are down. There we go. Onto the grass over there. Okay. Everything is now done. I'm hoping this route now works. No, wrong mission. Okay, we've already got the route planned, but then we've been sending them through the quarry and it's been going wrong because they can't get across it. So, for that reason, we're going to send them onto our brand new road over here. There we go. And hopefully we can now complete the journey and we can get the rewards. May need to delete some of these points, but I just want to make sure we've got enough for the minute. Right, we delete this one. Delete. Delete. Move this one round. Maybe want to add one in here and just bring it round a little bit. We know their turning can be quite awkward, to be fair. Yeah, this is all a little bit too tight. Sometimes adding in more points is definitely better with these. They're using Wayfarers. We know the Wayfarers are horrendous on every kind of surface, so we've got to make sure there are no problems with them getting on anything, including getting on on that roadway. Right, let's see if they can dispatch them and see if they can get on that. It flattens mud or something, because on sunken where you lay cable up the hill with the roller, they would have flattened some of the area into the hill. Okay. On some maps, hard to find sand spots for it to work unless they patch it. A few PC players stop playing because they patch the infinite. Some PC friends of yours have stopped playing because they patched the infinite sand glitch. Why would you stop playing just because they patched the glitch? Thank you for the like, much appreciated, all of us. Surely a glitch being patched is a good thing. To be fair, we've never had. I don't know why you need infinite sand. We've never had an issue getting sand where we needed it. We've always managed to find ways, of doing it. With the big truck being a quarry on its own, there's always ways to make it work. I don't think you don't need infinite sand. Right, I kind of want to follow along just to make sure they get there okay, to be fair. So let's spectate and have a look. We don't know if there's going to be any other issues with the route. There may be. We won't know until they keep going. Hopefully there isn't. But it's the Wayfarer that is just not a very good vehicle. Keep going. So that track there, there looks nothing wrong with it, but it's the Wayfarer that's the problem. Not the track itself. Our marker's a little bit too far to the right there. You can see it's getting a bit caught up on that corner. Over the bridge. We didn't. I don't think we made this bridge. I think this bridge was already here. Where's the other one? Please tell me the other one's not stuck somewhere. Both trucks need to finish, otherwise it won't say it's finished. Jake, good morning. How are you? Zara is helpful for locked sandpits. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I suppose people are freebies. Where's this just suddenly got itself stuck? Okay. Looks like we've got a new problem to solve. Good morning. No, it's been pushed forward by the other truck, but it's trying to reverse. I'm not too sure where. Okay, so that's got stuck here. Just trying to see. They were. That's the. Oh, that's. I've got this wrong around. That's the end point there. We were so close, to be fair. Right, let's move this. I can see where they got stuck. We took the corner a little bit too tight, I would say, and it didn't help itself. So let's try that and stay away from that mud. Let's try that and see if that helps. Again, any vehicle but the Wayfarer wouldn't be a problem. Just the Wayfarer. Bridge what? The mud? We don't need to bridge that at all. If need be, we can lay some sand down. We do not need a bridge there. Why would you put a bridge on a track? It makes no sense. They are still struggling though. We may have to put some sand down. Yeah, they are struggling. Don't see why it's such an awkward bit though, but then to be fair, we won't from this angle. What about if we put it this way? We'll try this. If not, we'll come and lay some sand, which will help. Let's try that. Again, anything but the Wayfarer probably wouldn't have an issue. You're getting stuck there, aren't you? Is that not as dry as it looks? Yeah, that's not as dry as it looks. Yeah, why we wouldn't put any. There's no point putting a bridge there. Right, we've got our sand over here, heavy dump truck. So what we need is some sand over there, and we'll just because it's a road. Why would you put a bridge on a road? Vehicle failed. We knew it was going to fail, that's fine. Right, we're going to go and lay some sand on that track where that mud is, and hopefully that will solve the issue. But yeah, definitely don't need to put... Yeah, Colonel. Oh, okay, that's the last map, isn't it? Right, we follow the road round to the left. That's what we need to do. Is that... Yeah, this left. Right, I'm just making sure we're going down the right way. But yeah, I wouldn't put a map on a road, that's silly. Plus we'd have to get the crayfish all the way over here, which would take ages. Do you put bridges down more than build roads then, do you, Jake? Mark, sorry. Yeah, that's intended for Mark. Do you build bridges rather than lay roads then? Yeah, I know what you mean by quicker, but I'm just asking, do you put bridges everywhere? Because I just don't see the reason to. Right, where were they getting stuck? Further on to the left. Oh really? Okay. Yeah, see, I don't do that. I only do it if there's a hole to get over, then I'll lay a bridge. Other than that, we'll just build a road. If there's no hole, then it's a road every time. But even here, I'm not going to build a road here. I'm just going to sand it and level it and see if that's enough. Because sometimes you don't need a road, you just need sand. Right, let's quickly go to the left here, and we'll go and get our dozer, level that off and see where we stand. Okay, we're not near a quarry, so we can't refill sand there, which is, I wasn't sure where it was actually. Yeah, we're not quite close enough to a quarry, it's just over there. But I think that's enough sand for what we need, to be fair. Our dozer's here. No, that's a roller, not dozer. Our dozer's over here, there we go. But yeah, we're not going to build a road, we're just literally going to lay some sand. $41, wow. We'll bridge up from the train track to the car, so that makes sense. That's where the scalper... Yeah, we've not used the scalper yet, to be fair. We need to get it up and running and have a look at it. Is this... So, I don't quite understand how the scalper works. We'll have to buy it and have a look. Let's go and level out the sand first and foremost. Is there an achievement, is there? Oh, okay. Wow, you'll do 41 here. Yeah, so I've not looked at trophies yet. We'll have a look at those once we finish all the maps. I take you try and do all your maps 100% then, or do you leave things? A few people have dropped into the chat and they've said they've kind of got bored of the maps, so they move around. They don't necessarily finish a map fully. All 100%. Oh, okay. What about the modded maps? Have you looked at any of those? Because I've been hearing some good things about a few modded maps, to be fair. They're looking really good. Further maps to modded vehicles, to be fair. Modded vehicles I find make things too easy, whereas a modded map can be quite good fun. Right, let's flatten the sand to make this so it's a little bit easier for the wayfarers to travel on. Just got to fill in where the mud is, essentially. and then make sure our vehicle's out of the way. There we go. So that should be flattened enough now for the wayfarers to get across without any issues. Right, we'll just park this over here. I think the dozer may be in the way, to be fair. So quickly move it a little bit more. Only because I think because they've got to go close on this corner, I think that back end might be a bit of a problem. Let's leave it there then. Right, back to the mission. And now we should be able to put this track in order. And this should make it, hopefully. So if we bring this... Oh, no, wrong button. There we go. If we bring this slightly in a little bit, make sure they actually get onto the sand. Bring this bit over. And then bring this bit over. I think we're good. I think. Let's have a look. Let's dispatch and have a look. We know what the wayfarers like, but hopefully this has solved their issue. No road required, just sand. Still struggling, isn't it? The other one's pushed it forward, but I don't find some why it was still struggling. The white one needs to make it as well, that's the thing. Why are they still struggling? Oh, okay. There's a bit of a lip there, isn't there? Can't make it up that little incline, it seems. I didn't notice that to start with, to be fair. But I suppose there's an incline that we didn't pick up on when we put the sand down. So we need to go and fix that, or fill that in at the very least. You're not into mods? No, I've not, to be fair. I'm not one that uses mods, but some of the mod maps looked interesting. Right, where is this? Is it here? It was this bit, wasn't it? It doesn't look like there's anything here, though. Well, there we go. Okay. Go forward. That's the rest of the sand we've got on board. Definitely didn't look like it was an issue. But for some reason they were struggling. I can't keep blaming the fact that it's the wayfarer, so we'll solve the issue on the road and see what happens. I may be wrong, maybe we may need to go and get the asphalt and actually put a road down. But I don't think we shouldn't need to, really. Yeah, I might say, have you looked at trophies and everything that's changed? Oh, no, I haven't looked at any trophies, but other than when we've actually received the trophy, I've looked at what it means, and that's it. I've not looked at what's required. I always wait until we've finished the game, don't I? So, yeah, I don't go at this point. Dapper Dan, good morning, how are you? You finished 100% yesterday, nicely done. What did you think of it then? You know, I know you said love the game. What was your favourite map and what was your worst map? That's always the big question. What was your favourite map and which one was worse? As I said at the start, I like this because, you know, it's quite a relaxing game, but at the same time you do have to kind of problem solve as well and work out, right, well, how do I solve this issue in the best way. I'm looking forward to the rebuild DLC as well. I'm curious to what it's going to add. Right, there should not be an issue now with this, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm hopeful, otherwise we'll have to put some asphalt down, which I'm trying not to do. if we don't have to. Right, let's see what happens. Still, I think it is the vehicle that's the problem, in all honesty. That should not be struggling on sand. I think any other vehicle would have a problem there. Thing is, we also need the second vehicle to be as good, otherwise we'll have a problem. Deluge was your favourite. Okay. So Jim was your least, but didn't really dislike us. Okay. You're them all apart from 2 on Xbox. No, you need 2 more, do you? Go over to over 500. Oh. So when we planned the route, we didn't see that. I want to cancel route. So when we actually put this route down, we didn't obviously see there was a telegraph pole right in the way there. I did. Well, actually, I can see it. I didn't realise it was going to be in the way. Right, try again. Come on. I just want these 2 vehicles to make it. Come on. This actually got there last time, and now this time it's struggling. Like I said, last time it made it absolutely fine. I don't quite. Maybe we need to asphalt it. I just can't seem to get the grip. Don't understand. That's why I can't get grip on the sand. Come on. There we go, it's got it. Maybe we needed to get it started again further back, so more of a speed going forward, but yeah, I don't quite understand what's going on with that. Thing is, we need the white truck to follow. There's a tree stump there, really. It's all these little things you can't always see on the map. That's the problem. And that tree stump being one of them. Yeah, you're not getting past the tree stump. It's one of those where you can't always see these problems beforehand. Okay, what we're going to do, if we start them further back, I think that would be the better option on the sand. A bit more of a run-up, I think, is not a bad thing. Now, over here, there was a tree stump we hadn't seen previously. So we need to move this further out. And hopefully, that is the last of our problems. I just want to get this route done. Come on. There should be no more problems now, surely. But no, it's okay. There's no sand. Well, it shouldn't be an issue, to be fair. Right, let's try again. No was the same as it was released. 220 hours in it, I think. Wow, you mess around a lot. I'm trying to dumping some sand in side lane concrete bridges and all the long. Really, wow. That's what Mark was saying about laying bridges down. So just waiting for DLC in September. Yeah, there's always other games, isn't there? That's the thing. There's always other games. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Just seems as it's coming off the sand there, it just struggles. I wonder if we need to make it come off the sand further round where the tyre track is, as it's less of an incline, I think. Bridge is the way to go a lot of the time. I'm starting to think we made a mistake just putting sand here. Is the white truck going to make it? Come on, white truck. That white truck doesn't make it, the route will fail anyway. And I don't think that white truck's making it. That white truck is really struggling. Let's give it a helping hand. Only because otherwise we're going to foul this again. I don't understand why they're struggling so much with sand. Right, go forward. Forward. There we go. Oh, his knee tipped over there. But it made it. That's the important part. Keep going, white truck. Keep going. We've had to do that once before as well, where we've had to kind of push on the sunken map. Come on, let me do it. There we go. Come on, white truck. Oh, well, appreciate it, Dapper Dan. Much appreciated. Thank you for the sub. Ready or not? I've not heard of Ready or Not. I don't think I've heard of it. Right, we've done it. I think we've actually done it. We may have to come back and help and sort that out a little bit more with future vehicles. But I think for the time being, that is that mission complete. There we go. I was waiting for Kelly to talk to us there, but she didn't. Okay, that is mission complete. Finally. Is that still going to be running then? Yes. Remaining awards 60. So each truck that now travels on that route, we get 4 concrete blocks. Up to 60 in total. So we might see if we might need to do more with that roadway. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, there's going to be a few more vehicles. If per truck, 4 per truck. How many vehicles is that? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. 15 more trucks have to travel that route for us to get all the rewards. It took me, but I do have extra time added to that with it too. Okay. You go help friends, do you? Okay. We're 79 hours in, I think, so far. Okay, we've got to decide what's next here. There's another road we need to make near the dam. Which is over here. I think before that, I think we need to explore a bit of this to see if there is another base up here. Because obviously, if we've got another base, it would be a lot easier over this side of the map. So I think maybe we should go and do a bit more over there first. And we have got this here, which is the missing parts. So that will open up a little bit more of that. Train accident damage is over here. We've got clear. So right, it's going to need a crane, isn't it? I just think I'd like an extra base somewhere in this area. Whether there is or not, I don't know. Be handy if there is. But yeah, let's go and do this. We haven't done a single side mission on this map from what we saw when we loaded in. We've got 118 hours. Okay. So let's track this one here. We found one of these objects already, randomly. It was completely accidental. We'll knock out these 2 here with 1 vehicle, I think. What have we got nearby? Well, not those 2. We have got a scout vehicle here, haven't we? This is the new scout. There we go. That's the new Lynx that we got. This is the rusty version. I wonder if it's worth buying the upgraded version of that Lynx. And then we can just head this way. Let's buy the upgraded version of the Lynx, as we've got the base version. And then we'll head out. So we do have the Lynx with trailer as well as the other option, isn't it? I don't think we need a trailer currently. But the actual Scout Lynx, it's got a 6-ton wind strength, which is pretty good. 22 winch length, and obviously that's better than the rusty version that we got unlocked. So let's buy that one, and then we'll deploy that out, and we will hopefully find all 4 of these pieces. I think we'll use this one for the first 2, and then there's another vehicle, hopefully closer for the other 2. If I can find it. Where's it gone? There we go. That's the rusty version, and this is the upgraded. So everything, all the stats got by 1 other than weight. Weight stays the same. 99 hours for complete. Both times are different, I've noticed that. Oh, really? 140 hours. Oh, really? Okay. So why? I wonder why it's showing different ones then. Right, so first of all, we're heading... Why is it showing that? Oh, that's logs. Yeah, we're heading here to start with, so we basically just need to head out of the base, follow the road up, cross the water, keep going, past where we're building a new road until we hit the sand quarry, and then we need to search around there. Hopefully, as I say, this will open a bit more map up as well, which will help us. Otherwise, when we go and build this next road, we've got to take vehicles from this base here. And we're actually going to see exactly where we're going to need to, how far we need to drive them, because we're heading that way. And I think it's quite a long way, to be fair, so a base there would be handy. It failed, did it? I thought it might. Okay, let's have a quick look at the route where it failed. We did think it might. Is it on the sand? It is the sand again, isn't it? It's going that's the way it's going. So what I was thinking was actually moving this further around, so the sand it comes off, it's a bit more level with the floor. There we go. Let's see if that works. We are going to need to keep going back to that, I think. Maybe if it fails again, we just go and bite the bullet and put a road there. Asphalt it and get it done with. That might be our only option, really, to be fair. Okay, so we now need to follow this until we get to this bit here. At some point, we still need to sell something in the shop if we're ever going to do anything like that. We still haven't sold a single item. Yeah, this was the way across the water, wasn't it? We do need to probably going to need to put a bridge in here, aren't we? At some point as well. We can drive across it here, but it's obviously this vehicle should be fine. But if we're going to put a road in over this way, with all the trees to take down there, but even before that, I think it's going to need a bridge. Even before, yeah, a bridge. Then we've got to cut the trees down over that way and do a road there as well. All these roads on this map, there's a lot more to them. On previous maps, it's just build a road. On this one, it isn't as simple as that. You've got to take the trees away first, stumps, then you can then start sanding it. There's a lot more involved, it seems. But yeah, I think we need to put a bridge from here to here. What I might do is put it down now, and then we know it's there. Wooden seems to be the best. There's plenty of trees around. Let's have a look at this. My vehicle might be in the way, to be fair. Why won't it? It's too big. Might be too big then. Oh, there we go. So it's an 8 log bridge. Kind of, maybe it needs to come across a bit more to the right, doesn't it? It's a bit of a sharp angle, to be fair. I'm more thinking if we have to deliver anything, I think they may struggle with that angle. There we go. So at some point we'll get that bridge made. Again, no rush to do so. At least if we plan these things as we pass it, it'll make life a little bit easier going forward. Right, up onto the actual track that's here. So on the map, this is where we've got to build a road with the trees we've got to take down first, which is on the right hand side there. The sand quarry is just coming up as well over here. I'm assuming I can get through this water. I don't know how deep this will be. I may have to keep... Whoa! Deeper than I expected. I wasn't expecting to go nose in like that. This may have been a bad idea. I'm stuck on the trees, aren't I? I think this is too deep for us. And I also can't move because of the trees. I didn't think this was that deep. Engine's flooded. Yeah, engine's gone. Honestly didn't think it was that deep. Wow. I suppose, yeah, tunnel exit base. I didn't think it was that deep. What we should have done is gone over this way, by the looks of things. Or even through the middle. But that's a big drop off as well there. Which is probably why they're building the bridge. Building the road this way, to be fair. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Right, let's try that again, shall we? I didn't even know there was that big a drop there. We live and learn. So yeah, the crayfish I think is going to be quite busy. It's got to build a bridge now there, plus we've got to take down a load of trees further forward. We've also got to go across and do this dam as well, but again we've got to get the crayfish there, which may need another bridge to actually make that possible, to be fair. Yeah, definitely need to do a lot more bridges and roads, definitely. More than we've done before. It just seems like there's a lot more involved, which isn't a bad thing, you know. It's always good to have a lot more to do. It's just a lot more prep than other maps. As I say, on like roads normally, we haven't had to take down trees to make a road, whereas now we do. Which is just another layer of realism, isn't it, essentially? So yeah, we know not to go on that water bit anymore. We know it's deeper than it looks. Which is why they're building the road then. So we want to head left here, I think. Yeah. Just go around the edge without dropping down. Small trees we can knock down ourselves, to be fair. Watch that edge, don't go down the edge. Thought we were done for again there. How deep is this? See, the terrain scanners don't do much in water, they only do land, which can be really annoying. I think this might be too deep again. I think we need to back up and go left, round this way. We're aiming for the sand quarry, essentially. Yeah, I think we need to go back and aim for over there. But this is why it's good to scout things out. At least we can see this now and know we've got to be a bit more careful around this area. Knock the tree down. Of all the scout vehicles we've driven so far, I do like this one. I don't know. I think it's a bit too clunky. Right, we're looking for this missing rocket booster part. And it's going to be in this area somewhere. Although this area is full of water. So this will be interesting. Right, the search area. Let's do object scanner. I don't know where we can drive and where we can't drive here. That's the downside. Aim for them bits, the grey bits there maybe, and hope it's not that deep. How deep is it? Fairly deep. Yeah, it's fairly deep, isn't it? Okay, that's a higher point there. It's got to be near the house, surely. But this is the only vehicle with the upgrade where the exhaust is put higher for water. So this is why we can use this in water. It's better. I don't think we've got another vehicle that'd be able to come in this water at all. It's only because of that upgrade that it can. But even that's there is a limit to how far it can go. No, right, flood the engine. Don't do it, don't do it. Ah. Come on. We had flooded the engine. I managed to get it started again. Stop there. It's deeper than you think. What's the bet in this object's on land? I didn't need to be in the water at all. Trying to get onto the house to think that'll be higher. There we go, we're high up now. Is it in the house? I don't think it will be. We don't actually have to do anything once we find the piece, we just need to find it. That's the thing. I don't think it's in the house. It's quite a big search area as well though, isn't it? That's the thing. We'll head to this island over here next and see if it's over there. Water looks a little bit not as deep here. I say it's not as deep, and look at that, straight away under. I will say this is doing pretty well. The Don, if it doesn't have the snorkel, then there's no way it's going to go through water. That's the thing. The snorkel is the only reason this can go through as much water as it has. And even then, we've come close to failing because of it. Okay, I don't think it's on any of these then. Although it could be over this way. I'm thinking it's on there. But again, I don't know. Can we get across without flooding the engine? That's the question. It's either there or it's going to be back over that way. And I'm assuming it will show up when we scan. There's no guarantee it will, to be fair. Right, this must be shallower because they can see the grass going through. Where there's grass, it must be shallower. There we go. Yeah, I am assuming scanning will show it up, but I don't know if it will for sure. It should, in theory, should show up for the scan. Don't do that, no! Okay. I don't think the winch works, does it, when we're... Oh, it does. Okay. We can rescue ourselves then. With the winch. I didn't know the winch would work. Turn over. There we go. Okay, so this is the edge of where we're looking here by the looks of things. As we can see the yellow line around here. But yeah, I'm assuming the object scanner will then say we found it, in theory. The first one of these we actually just found by accident. We drove next to it and it was there. Is that it? We found it. It's there. Number 2 is found. What's the bet in the mission? Once we found the parts, the mission will be put it back together or take it somewhere. Right, second piece found. Was a bit of a faff, but there we go. We want to head over here now for this bit over here, and then after that we'll send a different vehicle over this way, over there for that one, because we should have a scout vehicle nearby. To be fair, near the railway station. So we'll head one there. I'm hoping there's another base. Is essentially what I'm hoping for. Mainly because there's a lot we've got to do this way that another base would be really handy for. And this will also open up more of the map during this mission. None of them do. If you go and use terrain scanner near water, it doesn't actually show the water. I noticed that quite early on. It doesn't show up water at all. It just shows you land. That's the problem with the terrain scanner. Okay, so we've got the dam here. What is this left-hand side of the dam? I'm guessing nothing by the looks of things. See, none of this has been opened up on the map for us just yet. There's an old building over there. Which supposedly, that's the steel pipes facility that we've not been to yet. I don't know if the dam is the only way across, that's the thing. Supposedly we can get across to that. Let's go and get across to that because that's another building opened up. Industrial base is up above the dam. Is it? Oh, okay. First one. It didn't though. I don't ever remember it showing water, to be fair. Yeah, I don't ever remember the terrain scanner ever showing water. Too deep, too deep. Luckily we got out of it in time. Don't roll over. There we go. Right, that's the steel beams, steel pipes facility there. We've got an industrial base. That's what we're after. That's what we want, a base. And it is 2 hours left. So there is a base here. We're just going to find a way into it. Would be the question. But yeah, we needed a northern base because of this stuff going up this way. I wanted a base up this side. I didn't know if there'd be one or not, to be fair. But yeah. Oh, that's the monument on the island, wasn't it? The industrial base. Okay. There's a bridge needed there. I'm just trying to work out. We can head left and up here. Although, no, on the map that doesn't show that as blocked, but it is blocked. So I'd assume we're going to be coming up here at some point to get this up and running. Can we get to the base from here? Oh, this is the industrial base is here. So it's not on an island then. Normally when you get close to one of these it gives you a mission, doesn't it? This is a garage. I know it's a garage. How do we unlock the garage? Normally we get given a mission, don't we, to unlock it, but at the minute it's not giving it to us. So currently, unless it's a specific main mission we haven't got yet. As I say, normally there's a mission to open it up, isn't there? But it's not giving us anything. So I've got a feeling it's a main mission. That's the link I use for all stuff in game. What do you mean the link, Mark? Right, we'll head back to the dam, as we need to go across that way anyway to have a look at this, find this piece. Actually, I think this is a broken bridge there, isn't it? Looking at that. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a broken bridge that's going to need fixing then at some point. Okie dokie. That's something else we have to do. I'm guessing there's going to be some pipes to fix too. I haven't looked at Evolution. I wasn't planning to watch it, to be honest. I watched the Saturday main event and then that was it. I wasn't planning to watch it. I know some of the results already. I kind of got spoilt for me a little bit earlier, so I didn't bother. I thought, no, I'm not going to bother. And Wolverine's not interested in watching it either. I said to him about it, he's like, no. He doesn't enjoy the women's matches as much, to be fair. He doesn't, other than, he only likes one or two of them, so he doesn't really bother with the rest. Right, we need to get back across to where the dam is. And then we need to cross the water from across the dam. Hopefully go and find this piece. But yeah, we know where that base is, but we can't unlock it yet. So I'm guessing a main mission will ask us to do something for it. Normally, when you get close, it gives you a mission. If it's something you can unlock when you're unlocking your own time. But I'm guessing it's main story related. Shows your maps unlocked, and I don't use maps and stuff like that. I try and find it all myself. I don't like using maps and stuff. Yeah, I guessed it was mission locked because we can't open it. You haven't put a link up, by the way. It hasn't come up. But yeah, I don't use maps and stuff. I like to find everything ourselves. So we don't use maps or guides or anything like that. Right, we're back at the dam. We need to go right and then round, don't we, to get up the dam. At least we've opened up more of the map that way now, we can see a bit more up there. But yeah, I don't see the point in using maps to find stuff, otherwise it takes the fun away. That is a personal opinion though, I must admit. You know, it's useful. Everyone spends their money on games. If they want to follow a guide or a map to do stuff, that's their choice. For me, I just don't see the fun in it. So I try and do everything manually. We can try and do everything as blind as possible, and try and find everything ourselves. If that makes sense. What I was trying to say didn't quite come out the way I wanted it there. Okay, so somewhere up there is where we're going to get to find this next piece. Follow the road round, to be fair. It may take us close by it. So, yeah. That's why we do every game as blind as possible. Every game we do, we don't look at anything beforehand. It's all done as blind as we can. I think we can get up there, to be fair. Whether there's a road up there, we'll follow this road for the minute and see where this takes us. I'd guess there's a road that goes up there, but I don't know. This does not look fun though. So if we have to take any routes this way, there's going to be a lot of work to do to make that usable. Right, what do we got here? Pumping station, I think. Yeah, it looks to be a pumping station of sorts. Now that has a roadway going up next to the pipes as well. That heads up to hit the backup pump station over here. I don't think this road is going to take us where we need to go. I think we need to go this way. That tyre's flashing yellow, so in theory it can be sold if we wanted to. So the map shows there's a route this way that heads up, which I'm hoping will give us a way to where we want to go. I will say, as a scout vehicle, this one has done pretty well. We knew it was good for water, but actually, even on the mud and stuff, it does hold its own. Right, so this is the backup station, isn't it? Yeah, backup pump station there. We want to go into this area over here, so we can head through the trees, and we'll be in the search radius for this third part. So you can see the yellow line being crossed. There we go, we're past the yellow line now. We're in the search radius. Looks very swampy. I'm saying with some games, no, I just want to get done. Ah, see, now we do it with every game. You think this is the best scout in the game? I don't know. I find it a little bit jumpy, to be fair. I really like the Minuteman rescue vehicle. I really like that one, to be fair. Right, doesn't seem to be in this little swampy bit. No. Let's try and get back on land rather than have issues in the water. Yeah, I'm really hoping it doesn't say now go and pick these bits up that we find. Because that will be annoying if it does. How I'm going to deliver them. Can we get through the tree? No. There's a lot of trees in this area. So glad there's not damage. The amount of times we're hitting trees. You try something you can't solve it and then you look for help. Yeah, that makes sense. Right, explore first and mark all the bad areas and rebuild roads. It definitely has a better clearance. Yeah, you're right. Definitely. Yeah, so sometimes we'll explore first. I think it all depends on story and things like that. What makes the most sense logically is I kind of look at it like and decide, right, do we explore first? Do we, do we go and just, there's missions next to where we start, might as well do it now, kind of thing. Both PC and Xbox. Okay. Yeah, see, we try and finish games fully before we move on. And we, on the channel, everyone votes on what comes next. So we try and finish the 100% of the game we're doing. So currently we've got 2 games on the go, live stream wise, and that's Death Stranding 2 on the beach, and we've also got, it's out in the search zone there, this on the go. When one of these finishes, we'll vote on what's next, or when we're close to finishing. Although we need to go back to Assassin's Creed Shadows because there's still more to do in that one. The DLC releases shortly, so there'll be more to do there. There we go, we found the part. It's now shining, we just need to get to it. I think that's it. Oh, we need to go back and finish the DLC to Elden Ring. We stopped that so we could do Shadows. What else is that? Oh, we need to go and do the second DLC for Star Wars Outlaws as well, because we haven't had a chance to get back and do that. And then we'll vote on what's next. Try to finish it before we move on. Yeah, we try to. Obviously, it depends. Sometimes release dates and stuff don't allow it. If we've said we'll do a game on release, but then we don't play many games on release, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan because I don't like to ruin the story for people. I'd rather, you know, that people find the story themselves and then we play it after. That's not a missing piece, is it? That's a broken... Is that... That's not it, is it? That's just a broken piece. Is that it? It can't be it. No, it's just a broken piece. It's because it's shining. I thought that was our missing piece, but it wasn't. That's annoying. Right, I thought we'd found it, but obviously not. Come on, where are you? I'm out of the search zone again now, aren't I? Where else could this thing be? Where have we not really searched, to be fair? We haven't really searched over this area, so maybe we need to go that way then from where we are. Follow the track from where we are and have a look over that way. And we have a lot going on. That's not including the episodic content as well, though. You got to think, well, the episodic stuff. So episodically, which I'm struggling to edit at the minute because of the narcolepsy, we've got Far Cry New Dawn, SnowRunner, Wreckfest, and starting the second Metal Gear Solid. That's the episodic stuff as well. You can see it on the map, could you? You could see the rocket piece on the map. I don't know what the rocket piece looks like, to be fair. You're going to tell me it's that, right in the middle there, aren't you? That looks like a car. Let's just head left. But yes, we're looking for the rocket piece. Left from here. There's something on top of the mound in the middle of that circle. Is it the rocket piece? No, it's one of the toys. That's one of the toys, isn't it? I'm not going to get it from here, though. That is one of the toy cars. Yeah, that's a toy car up there. We won't be getting that now. We'll have to wait, I think, for that one. Yeah, we're going to need a crane for that, definitely. You're saying it's in a crater? We've not seen a crater, to be fair, have we? That's a pipe that needs fixing. We now know that. I'm not seeing a crater anywhere, to be fair. From the pipe, go right. Well, that's this way. I'm not seeing anything. That's the way we were heading. We were trying to have a look at that bit anyway, to be fair. It's in the area, yeah. We'll head back over that way. We said about that way anyway, because some of it wasn't as explored as other bits. Yeah, go to the right. So head back towards the pipeway and see if we can find this piece. And we've got one more to find after that. I thought these bits would be fairly simple, but I'm not really seeing them that easily, to be fair. These are our pipes. So that's the end part. So let's go round the other side of the pipe and see if we can see it this side of the pipe. I'm sure the last piece did show up white after we scanned it. I think we're fairly close as well. I'm not seeing anything though. Squeeze between the trees. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything this side of the trees, to be fair. Oh, we found it. According to this, we found it because it's come marked off. Yeah, that area is now no longer searchable, so we have found it. I can't tell you where we found it, but according to the mission, we have found it. Because now that's now done. Annoyingly, I don't know where it is. But yeah, according to that, we've found it. Yeah, but I'd like to actually see what it is. The fact we can't even see what it is annoying. I can't see it. See anything. Is it that? The last one was quite big, to be fair. I think it's what I just pointed at. If it's what I just pointed at, we're going to have a look at it. Yeah, the last one was fairly big, you could see. Oh, there it is. There we go. That is the piece of rocket we were missing. So, we've got one more to find of these, which is over here. We have got vehicles nearby. Not in there, we haven't. You notice we've not been having any issues with vehicles anymore going that way. We've got roller, heavy duty. Have we not got a scout vehicle nearby? Oh, we have there. There's a scout. The Carolean. Right, we'll send the Carolean to see if we can find this last piece. This is the new scout vehicle we've got. Best way for this to get there is head to the right towards the sandpit and then go up to our left over there and then up there. It would seem. This thing can really get some speed going once you get going. You want to do Ghost of Yotai, but I think you're putting that to a vote. Yes. Yeah, we're going to do a vote on whether to do Ghost of Yotai on release or leave it a month so you guys can enjoy the story and I don't spoil it for anyone. When something finishes, I'm going to change one of the episodic videos to something that's my choice rather than voted on. But I don't know what it's going to be yet. And obviously that's going to depend on if we can get this narcolepsy under control, because if we can't, well, there's no point changing anything, because I'm not going to have to do it. So it's all dependent on getting this narcolepsy under control. By the sounds of it, also the spinal surgery we're going to be having at some point, what shouldn't put me out of action at all. Should be able. We'll have appointments like we'll have a couple of appointments like once a week afterwards. And then it's once a month, then 6 months. But it shouldn't put me out of action, to be fair. I should be able to sit up quite quickly, from what they've said. Yeah, it's something I've wanted to play and just not had a chance to be fair. We've got, indeed, to finish off the Far Cry franchise on the episodic. So we're doing New Dawn now, then after that we've got Far Cry 6, and there's a new Far Cry due out at some point as well. Well, we need to get up here, don't we? Lots and lots of stumps to watch out for here. Yeah, and then we've got also the new Mafia game coming out as well. Okay, that's a derailment, isn't it? So here we have also got a mission. We've got to clear all this debris off the track over here. That is a mission itself. So in this area we need to go and find this piece. Is it going to be on the left hand side or the right hand side? Let's try left first. See if we can get up there and have a look. Think we can get this way? Lots of concrete here that can be used. Wrong scan, I'm doing terrain scan instead of object scanner, to be fair there. Caroline is very good at climbing, I'll give it that. You've got a platinum for construction, haven't you? I could if I wanted to use PC to stream, but I don't. We just stream on PlayStation. We've got the Switch too as well, but there's nothing really decent to stream on it at the minute. I think have we found it? We have found it. It's there. There's the missing part. So that is mission complete. That's our first side mission kind of finished, to be fair. So we know we've got to build a bridge over this way. We marked up earlier. We need a bridge over here, and then we can do this road there, which is a side mission there. Damage needs clearing from the accident, and we still need to bring logs for the private dam, which is over the other side. I think we're going to need another bridge, to be fair, other than driving all the way from the top. So I really don't want to drive all the way from the top if we don't have to. So another bridge over there may be handy. Maybe through here and across from here. Maybe. For them 20 logs that we need to give there. Yeah, I found it in the end. Thank you for the like, brother. Much appreciated. You're over 1,000 hours. Have you really? Wow. That's mad, Crazy Irishman. So that's the side missions we need to do. Main missions, clear out the water gate. We had a look at this and it's just a bit of debris inside there. Again, the road would be handy, wouldn't it, for that? And then we've got to bring the generator from over here, the machine yard, all the way up. And again, I think having the bridge and the road done here would make both of those jobs a lot easier. So I think we focus on that. I think we focus on the road over here and the bridge to get there. It makes more sense because then the two main missions are a lot easier because we can actually maneuver and get around. So we need to call back the crayfish. I think it's out and about. I don't know where exactly the crayfish is currently. Let's have a look. Where are you, crayfish? There. Oh, actually, it's nearby. Perfect. That's all we needed. There are some logs here, actually, we could already use because we cut these down previously, didn't we? So we'd previously cut them down because they're in the way of this roadway. So actually, we need to just chuck them in the vehicle. And that would be that. We don't want that one. We haven't got. I'm just trying to think. We have got the grabber claws. They're a pain in the butt to use. We are actually. I've found it's a lot easier. You don't know how many hours you've got. I found to actually pick up logs with a mute or something like that. A mule, sorry. Something with a normal crane tends to work a lot better than the grabbers and the hookers. Although we should really use what it's meant to be used for, shouldn't we? Are both our mules out? Greenway Cross, we tried that, didn't we? That was a pain in the butt. Are these both deployed? Yeah. Let's pull one back. Right, so we're going to pick up some logs from where the crayfish is already. and in doing so, that will give us some of the logs towards the 8 we need. Then we'll use the crayfish to do the rest, and then we'll keep going north with the crayfish to then do the trees in the way of the roadway, and then we've got the stump grinder to work behind it. But I'm finding the grabbers for logs are a pain in the butt to use, whereas you can use something like the mule and it makes life really easy. And I kind of feel we should be using the proper stuff, but it's just a pain. So we're not going to use the proper logging stuff for picking these up because it takes forever and is annoying. Instead, we're just going to use the mule. Well, we put them here, didn't we? So we said we'd need them for something at some point. Thinking more it'd be the 20 we need for the dam, but actually we may as well use them now for this bridge. Anchors, crane. As I say, it's a lot easier picking these up with this than it is using one of the grabbers, I find. I'm sure other people probably find the grabbers really easy. But for some reason I've always struggled with them. I don't know what it is. Come on. Although currently I can't handle a crane. Right, we don't mind if this is coming out the back. What we want to do is just get it so it's out. It's in the bed at one end, ideally like that. There we go. That's all we need. 8 of these in total is enough for the bridge. He was up to on Once Human at one point, so she was coming on the game. So now it's Crime Simulator. Okay, Crime Simulator. I've heard about that. I've not seen any of it though. Once Human. Yeah, do you mean Detroit Becomes Human? We did that live, where the viewers made the choices. That was quite an interesting one, to be fair. Really enjoyed that one. Another one in. Exactly. These don't need to be in perfectly. We just need 8, because then that's bridge done. With 3 so far. I think there's 6 here. Don't think there's the full 8. That's 4 in so far. Number 5. Oh, it's an open world game on Steam. Oh, okay, I've not heard of that. Yeah. See, on PC at the moment when I've actually got some time to myself, I'm playing 2 Point Museum. I've got all 3 2 Point games. I really enjoy them. It's got a DLC coming shortly, actually. And then I also play Football Manager, but that's more than just a me thing. Any more logs? I'm sure there's one there. There's one right next to the other vehicle. Come on. If I can see it, that crane must be able to see it, surely. Yeah, it's there. Went past it. There we go. Can't remember how many we've got on board now. It's either, I think it's 6 or 7. I don't think it's the full 8 though. Right, we'll get this on board. I don't think it's the full 8. Don't fall off. Always the last one wants to be awkward. Oh, I've done it again. Thrown it off. Come on. There we go. Strap cargo. Oh, it won't let me strap the cargo. For some reason it won't strap cargo. So I move. This one was showing as red, so I wonder if that was the issue. There we go. Cargo straps. I don't know, as I say, I can't remember how many there is. So we'll go and drop all these off, and then we'll see how many more we need for the bridge. I don't think there's many more, maybe 1 or 2, I think. YouTube, I haven't played it for a while, so I've got a lot more clawed like Jurassic Park. You go through and solve stuff. Okay. Yeah, well, if it doesn't strap, what tends to make sense is to just move one of them and then try and strap it again. It generally works. Still got the crane camera on. That was white. Right, how many did we deliver is the question. As I say, I don't think it was the full amount. I don't think it was massive miles away. I think we need 2 more. There we go, 6 of 8. So let's grab the crayfish. We need 2 more trees, and then the bridge is complete. Let's go and get 2 more. There's plenty of trees to choose from down there, isn't there? That's what we'll go and get them from down there near the bridge anyway, because we can process them into the drop-off area. Tree number 1. 17 stone slabs so far we've got. Oh, this is one of the ones that can't carry properly again for some reason. It does that occasionally, but it can't quite carry them properly. Okay, let's process the tree, and it should drop off in the place it needs to. Obviously we can always move it. No worries, Crazy Irishman. Thank you for dropping by, much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your day, Crazy Irishman. And we'll see you again very soon. Thanks, Crazy Irishman. Right, we need 1 more log now, and that's the bridge complete. I did see one sharp over here when we drove up. There it is. And then we need to drive across with the crayfish, and we're going to take down the trees where we're building the road. And then we'll have to bring a stump grinder across as well, and then we can start that roadway. And that'll make every mission that way north near the dam a lot easier, because we have an access point. I still think we need a second bridge for the side mission where he needs 20 logs, although we probably could drive round. It's just a longer way of going there, whereas the bridge will be a lot shorter. But we'll get to that when we get there. There we go, that is the bridge complete. So let's use this bridge and head across to where we're building this road and start clearing the trees. We did buy a new stump grinder, but I've really struggled to use it properly on the previous road. I may go back to one of the older models, to be fair, and use those instead. So all of this seems usable. It doesn't seem tricky to use. None of this is really wet. If we have to set a route, it shouldn't be that bad to use this bit. And then this is the start of the roadway. Thank you for the like, much appreciated. It's quite a thin roadway. We tend to make our roads quite wide if we can. So, what do we got? Tree straight ahead. There we go. Kind of, I want to try and put these trees down potentially in a pile, if we can. Just because it then makes life a little bit easier if we want to go and pick them up and use them for anything. Hence bridges and stuff. So I would like to put them in a pile if we can. How well that works out, I'm not too sure at this point. We'll try to. Okay, first one done. What else is going to be blocking us? I say it's really only the trees that are going to be blocking us. This one, we'll take this one as well. As I say, we want to have quite a wide roadway. That's kind of what we prefer to do. So taking that on there makes sense. Right, process this one. Already see the roadway open up just by taking down 2 trees. Okay, we've got one here. The one to the right probably will need taken as well. We have a decent amount of trees here by the looks of, or logs here by the looks of it once we're done. It may even be enough. I don't think we'll get the full 20, but it'll be close to it, I think, for what we need for the dam. On the other side of the, or the other side of the dam, to be fair. Right, we want this tree over here. And then I think there's one further on. I don't actually think there's that many looking at it. But yeah, it's quite nice we've gone from just building a road that's been set for us to actually now preparing the groundwork before you even build the road. And this is the first map we've done that has needed that to happen. But it does add another level of realism, doesn't it? Actually having to do everything else first. Obviously takes longer, that's part and parcel really of the game itself, isn't it? Right, we're one straight ahead here. Looking ahead, there's actually, I don't think that many more actually looking down there. The only downside now, we've done a few, the stumps are going to start getting in the way. Still rolling away. Been like carrying that on my list of things. So I think we've got 5 there as it stands. But looking ahead, it didn't seem that bad further forward. There's one directly there. I think we're going to have to bring the stump grinder around in a second. Make our life a little bit easier. There's actually quite a long way still to go, isn't there, of this road? We're only about halfway round. I thought we were right near the end, but it's not. We've only just opened up this bit. Wow. Yeah, I think we bring the stump grinder then to make our life a little bit easier, because at the minute we are getting caught up on some of the stumps. And we need the stump grinder around here anyway. The question is, do we use the one that we brought, or do we use the older one that's actually easier to use? The one we brought kind of struggled with any kind of incline, as you can't move the actual part that destroys the stumps. But because it doesn't go any lower, when you're on an incline or any kind of hill of any sort, can't then always line up correctly. That was the problem with it. Let's have a look. So yeah, we had the one here. The problem we had with this is you can't move that front bit, which means if there is any incline, it struggles massively. It's actually quite annoying. I'm saying that actually. Hang on. You can actually move it. I never realised you can move the arm. Why did we not notice that before? Let's use this. I always thought this was rubbish because we couldn't move the arm, but actually we can. It must be something I just didn't notice at the time. Move it up so it drags on the floor. I suppose the other thing to think about is here, do we need something to help us get down here, like a bridge or more roadway? Well, it does work with most vehicles, to be fair. Just it's a bit of a steep hill, really. Right, let's clear these stumps once we get to the road post, and then we'll carry on clearing the trees. I think we're making good progress. What time are we on for? 10:30. We've got an hour and a half left. There's still plenty of time to get more done. I think we started the day on 16% done on the map. Once we get the dam operating with the generator as well, I think we may move that, because I think there's three parts of this map. I think we should finish the first part once we get the dam up and running. As I say, I didn't know we could move that up and down. I now know we can. See if it makes it any better, shall we? Did it do it? Yes, it did do it. So moving that up and down, now we know we can, will make a difference. But yeah, I was saying this thing was rubbish before because it wasn't working very good. I don't know why we didn't notice that. I don't think it's been added in the patch. I think it was me just not seeing it. There we go, no one coming up. Right, we'll stop there. Deactivate. And then we'll bring the crayfish back through, as that is the majority of them taken care of. We'll carry on taking the trees out, and then we'll carry on taking down the the stumps afterwards. So far, so good. Makes life a little bit easier. You don't have to worry about stumps when you reverse and backwards. Right, let's get this with the others. Let's get it lined up so when we process it, we'll process with the others. There we go, job done. Next one. All these things take time, but actually it is quite fulfilling when you actually get it all done and go, there you go, job done. There's a sense of fulfillment from it. But everything takes time. But yeah, I didn't realise how big this roadway actually is going to be by the end of it, to be fair. I thought it was a lot closer than it is. A lot shorter, I should say. There is a sand quarry nearby. I might just buy the scalper, set it up over here to see what it does. It's not something we've used before, so it'll be quite nice to see how it works and figure that out. As it is a new vehicle for us, we've just not bought it yet. And there we go, over here. Perfect. Right. Next one. Definitely a lot more work here than you first realised. I didn't. This one to the right. Does this need doing or will it break? One here might just break when hit. Yeah, it'll break when hit. Don't need to do any of those. I think they're fine. We haven't seized the problem. So the ones to the left we could take down if we really wanted to. This one here is an obvious one. Probably that one there. Not sure about the other ones that are close to it. I don't see really the need to take them down, but that's how wide the road's going to end up when we do it. We always try and make it as wide as possible to allow more vehicles to pass. So maybe we might leave the other ones down as well, to be fair, I'm not sure. Wrong way. Come down too far. Okay, get this lined up with the others. We see how many we've got 3, 6, 7, 8. I think there's about 9 there. I don't think we'll get the full 20, but it might be close actually. What's needed for that dam. Although we probably could take the full 20 just down here anyway and just deliver it in one go. Although I don't know if we'll never get 20 into the mule, I don't think. I think it would be too much for it to manage, especially with tying them down. Maybe worth a think. Right, are these too close? Got like that. whether they're too close to the road. I think that one might be. Right, one hit. Is that the last kind of main one to take down? I think it might be. There's going to be quite a lot of stumps to grind further forward, but I think that's the last major one to take, or cut down I should say, other than if we want to make it a bit wider than these bits here. There's a stump there, isn't it? Yeah. That's the only thing I'm not sure. Do we take... There's one just here. It's probably too close to the road. That is a couple, to be fair. Hang on, we're sliding down here. We're being more careful. There is a little drop there we've got to be careful of. If we get that wrong, it could be bad. Yeah, I mean, the two mines aren't the other trees, to be fair. I don't know. To be fair, if we want to try and get the full 20 here done, we can get that delivered whenever we get a chance, then maybe it is worth taking them down. It will clear up a bit more of that area anyway. Maybe it is worth doing so we can get the full 20 that we need in this dam anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's definitely 10 there. Let's swap to the mulch, the stump grinder, stump mulcher is its name, and we'll have a look as we go here. But yeah, I wonder if we do take the wide ones. So like these ones here, they could be taken if we wanted to. Then that would enable the road to be a bit wider there. Right, next one. And then this is actually near the end of the road. We didn't take down some of these trees, it's just the way they've been left here, so we have to deal with the stumps anyway. Right. A couple of small ones here. And get rid of the debris as well. This will munch it down. Just aware that obviously we make our roads wider, so we've got to be aware of these stumps. It may be okay, but it's worth just being sure out of the way. Right, I think that is it. Don't do anything else now with the stump grinder. Actually, there is one that potentially could be a problem. I've just seen over there. Is it close enough to take down? Did we miss that one previously? I think maybe we deliver the first 10, because I think we can get 10 in the mule fairly simply, and then we'll take down the other 20. But remember, there's no bridge to get there. That's the problem. That's something other than going a long way round, which is where the dam comes in handy. Right, we are ready now to lay sand on this roadway. Remember, all our vehicles from roads are on the other side of the map, so we've got to call these vehicles back. So we need to call back our big... Oh, we was going to have a look at the sand machine, weren't we? So this is our roadway. There is a quarry here that needs activating for 4 service tokens. Used to be fuel, no longer fuel. But we have a machine in the shop that we want to know what it does. This is the mobile scalper. I have no clue how this works. It says there's a quarry, radius being 140 meters. We're going to buy it and see how it works. Yeah, I don't quite know what this does. It all puts itself out, but I don't quite know what if that does. So we'll see what happens. So that'll be our first vehicle over there. Where is it? Sort of all around. Where is it? Not seeing it anywhere, strangely. Does it come on the dumper truck? Why am I not seeing it? That's weird. What does it come under? I've got to find it first, actually find out what it comes under. Where are you? Oh, it's because I've got that in the shop. So we'll... Still haven't used the SAR trucks either, that are brand new. Again, I don't think we need to use them at any point, we'll see. Oh, it's just a quarry symbol. Okay. That doesn't help me in the garage, does it? Where are you? Is it going to be already out on the map? I can't see it. It shouldn't. Oh, there it is. Deploy. Again, we don't understand exactly what this does. So let's get it where we're kind of going anyway, and then we'll work it out from there. So it's already got sand inside it. We're now driving a mobile scale. We can be activated while on top of a sand surface because it's a stationary quarry. Okay. So the other one that we need to spend the tokens to get it activated, does that mean we don't have to pay for it to be activated if we use this instead? We save ourselves the points, essentially. Or the tokens, or whatever you want to call it. So in theory, this may stop us having to pay for it. So this needs to be on a sandy surface itself. So not that does that, I'm guessing that means not necessarily a quarry, it just needs to be sandy. What counts as sandy is the question. Right, me not focused on what I was doing. I'm looking at chat, and shouldn't have been looking at chat at the moment. Right, across the bridge. So it doesn't necessarily have to be on a quarry, it's going to be on a sandy surface. Obviously we could spend the money and spend the tokens and activate this one, but we can avoid, if we can avoid spending the tokens, that's not a bad thing. I just don't know where to activate it. 140 meter reach as well isn't massive, to be fair. So I would say this here is sand. It looks sandy. So could we activate it there maybe? And then this would become a quarry area. Obviously we have got the sand quarry there. It's a little bit far away. Let's see what happens. That's 98 meters from where we are now. So there should cover all sides of it, hopefully. I'd say we've not used it before. We don't quite know how this works. But I think to our right looks sandy. Yeah, this here, this sand. Would this count as being able to put a quarry here, I wonder? Are we in the way from them building the road is the other thing. Yeah, a back end is still on the roadway. As I say, I don't know if this is going to work. Let's go further in the trees here. Push that tree down. There we go. We're stuck on trees, aren't we? There we go. So I don't know if this counts as sand or not. We're about to find out. It looks sandy though. It's not liking that, is it? I think it's the tree, isn't it? There we go, the fruit. Right, stop there. Activate screen. I don't understand what any of this is. Activate screener. I know place screener on a sand surface. Okay, so this doesn't count as sand then. Although on the map it looks sandy. So what is the purpose? Because if I place it on the quarry sand, then I might as well just activate the quarry. That's my thinking. If there's nowhere else to activate bar quarries, then it's kind of pointless. Oh, vehicle failed. I shouldn't fail. I should just be able to reset it. There we go. But yeah, if we can only put it on the sand that's in the quarry, then it's pointless, isn't it? So that's telling me this isn't sand. Okay. We need to find a surface that is sand then. Also need to learn to reverse it. Other than looking at the surface by eye, I don't think there's another way of telling whether it's a sand surface or not. You know, we are just looking at the ground and thinking, right, is that sandy, is it not? So on the map, on the other side of these trees, that looks sandy. But is this sand or is it just rock? Let's see if it works. No, again, not sandy. See, to me, this looks sandy, but according to this, it's not. I can put it here then, but then I might as well. I suppose we're not activating the quarry, so I suppose it's saving us the tokens. But I don't know. I just don't see the point of this machine then otherwise, unless I'm using it wrong. Because if I activate the quarry, the reach I'll get is massive. Whereas this, I won't get much reach at all. Well, 140 meters isn't much. You know, it's 81 meters now to the centre where the road's been built. So I wonder if we are better off opening the quarry up properly. We'll get this to the quarry. I know I'm going backwards. But yeah, I'm currently struggling to find a reason to use this over just opening the quarry up. Unless there's a beach or something we see over this side. See that looks sandy there. Whether it'd work, I don't know. I don't know where else should class as sand, to be fair. Right, I'm going to get this turned around. In fact, actually, we're not going to use this because I think it's a waste of time. We'll park it up. We might as well spend the tokens on the actual damn it set on the actual this here, because the reach for this will be a lot bigger. So we'll activate the quarry. There we go. And if we go across to here, that reach is massive, whereas this would only have 140 meters. It doesn't reach all the way, but it's better than it could be. Although we have, hang on, is that the reach of? That's the reach of us. Actually, this whole bit is now full with the quarry activated. Yes, it costs us 4 tokens, but the reach of this is tiny, and we can't find any sand to put it on. Yeah. I think that's going to be a waste of money, to be fair, but we shall see. We wanted to buy it to see how it worked. Currently can't really see a use for it. That's actually beneficial for us. So let's grab our large. We'll have to recall our large dumper truck. Alright, they're the small, I believe. Where's the trucks? Go that way. I can actually see what I'm doing a bit easier. These the bay cows are what we want. Bring that back in. There we go. Heavy dump truck. What we'll do, we'll get this to where that road is meant to be built, and we'll actually let the AI do the sand. Mainly because it's annoying, but also enables us to then get the other vehicles to where we need to be a little bit quicker and easier. It's easier to leave the AI doing the sand. Where's it crashed? It's there. It's a case of just keep resetting it, really. I think we've made so many have made that journey, but that's something that have issues. It's a bit weird. So we've got to drive these a little bit of a distance to get to where the road is being built. So I think we'll use the heavy transporter again as well. That worked well last time. Now we can tie everything down. I think it works really well. But yeah, so far at this point, I think the scalpel was a waste, but at least we bought it and try. We'll try and find another area for it at some point and just see. But I just don't see the point in having it, to be fair. Okay, through this first set of trees. This is where we see if the slope here is going to be cause us a nuisance. We're getting the vehicles through this way. It shouldn't do, but it is quite a steep little hill to go down. Okay, over the bridge, and then we're near enough there. And as I say, we'll leave this to start doing sand, and we'll go off and grab the dozer. We must need a massive amount of concrete slabs later on, because the delivery that's being done that we sorted out earlier, that is giving us a massive amount of concrete slabs. I think it's another 60 in total or something. So when are we going to use 60 concrete slabs? Maybe on a bridge, possibly, but still. I wonder if it is giving us a massive amount for a reason. Right, road request. This is it. Heavy dump truck. Should be doing its thing. Okay. While that's doing that, we're going to jump back over here to the garage. And we're going to call back in the dozer. Is that a different one to the one we use, isn't it? No, it's not. That's just the other version. Is there? I wonder if is there another one of those that's different that we can use? Obviously, we've got the Chrono Work Dozer we've always used. I'm just wondering if we've got a different vehicle. That's a dump truck. There isn't another dozer, really, is there? I thought there might be, but actually no. It's only that one. We need to pull that back in, then deploy. So the only issue with this one is when you're driving, it's top heavy, so it is prone to falling over if you're not careful. Right, so it is a bit of a journey to get to where we're going, but we'll use the heavy transporter for the roller and the asphalt layer. That worked really well last time. As I said before, we can put this so the bucket's lower and becomes more stable, but you then put low gear on, and that really slows you down and makes things really annoying. Stay to the middle. It reacts so much of every bit of controller you move as well. Depending how the sand is going, if it's not finished, we'll go and grab the other vehicles. If it is finished, we'll do the actual. Why is it stopped? I don't understand. I can't move, but there's no reason for it. There we go, it's moving again. No, it's not. What is going on? I haven't checked, there's no button change. It should be absolutely fine. That's not like in the bridge, is it? I've never seen that before with this. There's moments, but I've never seen an issue with a bridge before. It's fine now off the bridge, it seems. That was weird. Never had that issue before. But yeah, depending how he's doing with the sand, we may have to go back and get our vehicles and then come and do it. But no, I think we'll plan. Looking like he's doing well. We have caught him up before when he's had issues. Is he done? I think he's finished. Okay. He's actually finished, so we can crack on. So we're going to flatten the sand, we're going to try and make it as wide as possible. So we'll do 2 runs, one either way. Just to try and make it as wide as we can. And wide roads means small vehicles can get past each other. It makes life easier if there's a convoy and we're passing in the opposite direction. Okay, around halfway through. It's really quite a nice road when it's done, I think. Right, I want to make sure that it can go as flat as possible. I know I went straight into the front of it, but trying to get this. I do find the edges of these generally are the worst parts. They tend to be of a big right jump down if you're not careful. Yeah, that's not too bad, I suppose. A lot of the time it's quite a big drop down. I think that one's not too bad, to be fair. Right, we're on the opposite side now. We'll follow this line, and then we'll have to go and get the heavy transporter, asphalt layer, and the roller, put them on the transport, drive over here, get this road finished, and then from here we can then go and grab the generator for the dam, and then we've got to clear out some debris as well near the dam itself. Hopefully that will get the dam up and running properly. About 55 minutes left of today's stream, so there's plenty of time to get the missions complete. I think it was about 16% starting today, so hopefully 28, 29 maybe, if not more, hopefully more. Right. Right, that can stay there. That thing, did it complete its route? Yeah, that's fine. We've still got 36 more concrete slabs being delivered yet. I still don't know what we're going to use them all for. Right, transporter first and foremost. We need our big transporter. I'm on the wrong thing, that's why I keep pressing the wrong button. We need a heavy transporter, and then we need to drive out slightly because where it will spawn will be in the way for everything else. That's the one. Yeah. And we might as well put it so they can just drive straight on as soon as they spawn in, I think. And then we're ready to rumble. So stop there, handbrake, ramp down. Same route failed now. Which route failed? Okay, it's actually got all the rewards already given, but we'll put it back on. Why would you not put me in the garage? There we go. Right, we want the Arling Roadworks. I think that's the right one. Go to roads. We've got more than one asphalt. That's why. Roadworks. Bunker. Yeah, I think it is that one we want, but also roller. Is that one? That's the newer one. We used the roller last, so that needs to go on first. Right, try and get it done as square as we can. Don't do that. I said about getting on as square as we can. Try that again, shall we? This has got no turning circle whatsoever. Right. We're a little bit over to one side more than I'd like, to be fair there. Can we level it out? Just a bit. I think so. Oh, a bit more that way. There we go. Right, one more vehicle we need on board, and that is the Asphalter. Can I actually get into the... I don't want... Because these vehicles are so close to the garage itself, it won't give me what I need. There we go, retain that. Deploy. Get this as well. We learned we have to go forwards rather than backwards. I prefer it backwards personally, but it won't allow us to. We get lined up as straight as we can. Otherwise this will not work very well. I think we're good. Right, I think that's it. It's on as far as it's going to go. Let's swap to there. Strap cargo. It's all strapped. Ramp can come up as well, that'll fold nicely over. We are ready to go. Everything is strapped down. So we're taking these two to the road we're building. I'm glad we can now do this. Before you put them on, and it was always a bit risky because you couldn't strap them down. The fact they are on there solid makes this a lot more worthwhile. Obviously it can still be too heavy for the vehicle you're using, but as we're seeing here, I thought they'd added some punch to this when they allowed it to strap vehicles down, but this heavy transporter isn't really powerful enough at times, it seems. It's got a bit of punch to it, but it just seems to lack it when you've got something on the trailer. Right, just to keep heading that way. Okay, trying to stay down the middle here if we can. To be fair, that drop looks worse than I think it actually is, to be honest. I think I took it too tight. Yeah, just a little. I thought I had when I took it, to be fair. But allow for the trailer to turn as well. That's why it's a good job everything's strapped down. Right, bridge to take next. And then we can unload everything. Turn. Right, we're nearly there. I'm not sure where to drop these off. We don't want to be too far away, but also don't want to be in the way either. Probably on this right hand side, to be fair. Would be the best option. Yeah, let's do it here. Understrap and ramp is down as well. I said I'd forget to keep turning the engine off, and I am forgetting to turn it off. I just don't see the point in turning it off, to be fair. Not like we use fuel. Okay, that may have been a bit too steep for us to get off this. We can't move anywhere. Let's use the roller to see if this will move us. There we go. There we go. We can go down now. Is that roller not going to put the handbrake on? There you go. Right, let's go and asphalt this road then and get it rolled, and that's another job done. As I say, I think we can get this dam back up and running properly today, hopefully. We'll go for the right hand side first, and then we'll come back and do left, just to enable us to get as wide a range as possible. We could let the AI do this for us, but other than the sanding, I tend to do as much of it as we can manually. It's not happy, is it? Might be because we're too far right, and it's not being able to lay anything properly. Head a bit more left, see if it's okay. Yeah, it seems to line up better now. I always forget the back end of this, because it's wider than the first one you used. I forget about that, so we're actually gaining just by using its normal length. It doesn't, yeah, it seems to be alright. Wow. Still think we need to go back on it. But I think in future we may not need to do that. We stick to the middle because it is wide. I keep forgetting it's wider than the original, which obviously does make a massive difference. I'm going to hit it again. I wanted to make sure we got some asphalt down on that bottom bit. Okay, let's go back. I don't think it's not necessarily required. I think we've got enough down if we wanted to leave it, but I want to try and make it as wide as we can. But I don't know if this is going to allow us to. It's struggling to get up that sideways. Yeah. Okay. We've got to get to the middle of the track first. It won't go on that corner bit. There's me trying to do more to the right hand side and it's really not happy with it. But stay in the middle. Stop going that way, stay in the middle. But yeah, hopefully this makes our life a little bit easier. This is a mission as well, so it's not like we're doing this because we need it. We think it's going to help us. It is actually a mission related one. Okay, nearly there, and then it's just rolling time. And as I said earlier, now with the update they've just done, you've actually got to switch the roller on or off manually, which I think is ridiculous. There's no way you can ever make a roller stop rolling. It makes no sense, but there we go. Alright, park this up. And then let's go rolling. Start rolling already. There's no point waiting. It doesn't change anything. There's no difference in speed or anything. Okay. Obviously we'll do 2 passes as well, as we always do. We're getting now. We're getting close to getting to this dam and getting that done. We've also got 10 logs ready for the other dam as well that needs 20 logs in total. We've got 10 of them done. May just send the crayfish over there and do the final 10 over there, to be fair. That'll be a way to get it done as well. Right, let's get turned round and go back to the second go. I didn't think we could lay asphalt on anything other than sand would lay down, but actually there's asphalt all over the road here when we were turning round. But according to the actual game, you can't lay asphalt unless it's sand you put down first. There's no way to sand over all of that. Right, this time I want to be more to the right. Okay. These last few bits need to go green to because it's a mission. We need to actually make sure that all goes green for it to actually count. Whereas if it was just one was building to help ourselves, we wouldn't need to worry about the lines. There we go. That actually flattened the rest of it already for us. We do need to create a routed once as well to the dam, which originally wasn't there as a mission. But hence the road as well. But yeah, a lot of this is already rolled for us. Because we cleared it. Right, that is a job done with those. So now we have a bridge that goes this way. So this now wants us... What's this one? Repair the area near the dam. It wants us to create a route now from our original tunnel base up to the dam itself. Well, we might as well try that while we're off doing the other bits and pieces anyway. The only thing I would move before we even think about it is this, because we know this is in the way. It may not make it on first attempt. We may find there's other bits and pieces we've got to look at. But I think it should get a decent way. Hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, we'll plot the route now then. And give it a go. As I say, we can leave it doing it while we're doing other things. So out of our tunnel base like we were. Straight across. Be careful where we place these. I know I've got a habit of placing them too near the edge, and you notice that some of the vehicles then fall over. What am I doing? Just going to make sure that they're not going to go off any edge, or there's something we can't generally see on the map. It's a road we've built, it's not too bad, but when we go back to other roads like this one, can't always see the problem they're going to have on the road itself. That mule will be moving anyway, because we'll be using that to go and get the generator for the dam once we set this up. Right, I've got to be careful on this turn. They can overdo it sometimes. I'm hoping they're not driving Wayfarers. If they're driving Wayfarers, this would be a nightmare. Any other vehicle, I think we might get away with most of it. It's just the Wayfarers that struggle with everything else. Right. This is where it gets a little bit dodgy. We've got to be careful of the mud. That could become a problem. There we go. The end point's down there actually. Let's come back this way. I didn't realise the end point was there. I thought it was further forward. There we go. So we'll leave that doing its thing. We're going to jump in the mule and go and grab the generator that we need for this. Objectives. Generator. Track. That's going to down. Where am I getting it from is the question. Machine yard. So behind us, what vehicle's that? Oh, that's one doing a route, I was going to say. I didn't recognise the vehicle, I was like, well, where's that going? Right, we're going to go and grab this generator then and bring that this way. I'd say the more missions we can have on the go at one time, the better. I've got to work out a route to actually get there, to be fair. I think it's where we went originally, which is through this area here. We're trying to make loads of bridges and stuff. I think that's the way we need to go. So I need to get across to that, I think. Well, so it's not Wayfarers. They're not using Wayfarers doing that route. That's brilliant. That will help massively. If it was wayfarers, they get stuck a lot. They shouldn't. They should manage most of the way, I think. Right, we need to head round and then across. I think it's this way. I'm hoping it's this way, but although that mud is pretty bad. Let's have a look on the map in a sec. Right. Have we got it right? I'm thinking it's this way? Yeah, we need to... I could have... Are you telling me I could have... No, yeah, we could have got across there. If we were very, very careful. But this is the way. We need to come round here and then over that way. It was the original bridges we built right at the start of the game, at the start of this map, to get over this area where there's loads of holes in the ground. Come on. I don't think I'm trying to bring the generator back this way. We'll find a different route, I think. Which may be that cut through that we saw. We'll have to physically see how it is though first. And like I say, the map shows you one thing. When you get there, it's like, well, that's not quite what the map showed. So far, so good. No failure message. Out my way. That doesn't matter, that vehicle's already fully completed. With all the rewards we can. We just leave it running just because it's just part of the infrastructure. It does count towards the infrastructure. Well, the infrastructure doesn't count towards 100% completion. Doesn't quite make sense. Right, so this is our cut through that we're looking at. It's not as smooth as it looks on the map, is it? According to that though, we can cut through. We might try it with the generator. First we need to go and get the generator. I wonder what would have happened if we'd not come this one when we did. Because we came here after you guys voted for the next map. But if we got a sojourn first, I can't remember which map it was that we got the wooden bridges from, but we got wooden bridges quite late on. So I wonder if we could have missed them. And then I don't know what we would have done on this map without them. Okay, round the road here, and then we're heading into the machine yard, and then that's the generator. We've got about half an hour left in today's stream, so I'm hoping to get this first bit of the 3 parts of this map done. Fingers crossed. We do need to clear a little bit of debris away from a point. That's the mission itself we've got to do. It doesn't look like there's that much there, but it could be deceiving. This mud is horrendous as well. Come on. It is the mule though. The mule just keeps on moving forward no matter what is put in front of it. The area near dam, that's objective crew, leveled up to level 16 as well. I believe that's the new vehicle unlock.
It looks like we need to deliver the broken components from the pumping station to the machine yard so they can be fixed. And that means building a road south of Sandwing.
We want another road, wow.
It's a minor miracle the machine yard is still standing. With our usual luck, there'd be a crater instead. Yet, here it is. And it just needs some dust brushed off. I can hardly believe my eyes.
Okay, so let's grab this generator. So, generator's here. So on top of that, we've also gained some new missions. But also on top of that, we have leveled up. Before we grab this generator, let's have a look at the garage. There is going to be a new vehicle inside the garage. This is the new road it wants us to build. That wasn't there originally. So, at least it's near the countryside base though. That's quite an easy road to build there, isn't it really? We've got a sand pit next to it as well. Yeah, that should be that should be really easy to do. That one there. What other objectives did she give us? That's there. Road. Build a road to deliver the failed pump components. And that is that one, is it? Oh, it's because we're going to send a convoy, that's why. Okay. So the route we've just done to get here, basically we're going to be using that to do a convoy from that other base at some point soon. That isn't a main story mission though, that's a side mission. And this is the main mission, so this is the one we want to focus on to get that part of the map journey clear. I didn't mean to drop it, to be fair, but it worked. There we go. Strap. Right, we can now head back. And we can drop this off by the dam itself, which is where it needs to go, and then we'll carry on further around and see if we can clear the debris with the mule. It may not have a long enough crane. We won't really know till we're there, to be fair. Yeah, all the new missions that Kelly just gave us, they're all side missions. So they're not that important, really, but obviously we try and 100% the map. We'll do those alongside everything else. I didn't mean to go up here, we didn't need to come this way. Actually we ended up following that truck. Essentially, we'll follow that, and that'll get us halfway to where we're going. Unless there's a route we've not considered to the dam. I don't think there is. Because either way, you've got to get up there. Yeah, there's not another way, is there? We want to go this way. Where did the other vehicle disappear? It's already miles ahead of us. But yeah, here we'll go roughly the same route, but then we'll veer off a different way at a certain point. Well, I was going to say, we were getting stuck in the mud here. And so's he, to be fair. Although his journey is fully done. So we've already got all the rewards that we get for him. I kind of just leave him going. Yeah, so we should do something about that route. When we build that other road, we have to do something here as well. I don't think there's any hope of a convoy making it to here without that being dealt with as well. Let's move out of the way. But I'm just thinking I might... no, we can't really do anything with that actually yet. We'll have to wait. We want to be going left up here for this. Yeah, I know. I know. Not happy with me, that vehicle, is it? He's really not happy that we're in front of him. Okay, we did see a cut through, didn't we, on the way here? We'll see if we can use it. Save ourselves a bit of time. I'm just hoping it doesn't mess us up. I thought the update we had last week made it so there's less rain. We've had rain on and off the whole time on this map so far. I don't want to fall down a gap, that's the only question here. So, we saw a shortcut here. Is it actually a shortcut is the question. It gets us across there a bit quicker than going all the way round. Actually further on to the right. Don't think it's a shortcut. I think we'll just end up dropping on our nose and then we'll need to be pulled out. I don't think it's worth it. But yeah, we just end up being dropped on the nose, aren't we? So it's pointless. Let's head round as we're meant to do. I'm trying to find little shortcuts to do things a bit quicker, but I think a lot of the time you do that, you end up going badly wrong. It takes longer to fix the situation than it would have taken to have gone the normal route anyway. So we'll ignore that for the minute. We just want to get the generator up to the dam and then the water gate clear of debris. But hopefully that's the first part of the 3 parts of the map done. Right, we head left round here. To understand the more firm sand to avoid sinking in. And this is the muddy section, isn't it? And because we're the people trying to fix everything, you expect the actual convoys to be better to us, but they really don't stop when you get in their way, as you saw with that one we just had. Although he did help us up the hill. So we've got to watch out for the convoy all coming behind us on this one, I think it will be. This is why we try and make the roads wider so 2 vehicles can pass. Not always possible, to be fair, but we do try. Went a bit skew coming down the ramp, down the hill there. Right, over the bridge, over our road, and they should be in the clear, and that's where the dam is. Right, over our road. You can hear a vehicle behind us. That's the one that's doing the convoy. I think it is just behind us. Is it behind us? No, I'm hearing things. I moved out of the way thinking it was behind us and we was going to come straight through and hit us, but no, I'm hearing things then. Right, anyway, that's the road bit done. Now, where are we dropping off this generator? It is, we stay on the right hand side here. So unlike the one where we went left before, we need to stay on the right. And that will drop, and then that will be the location for this. Then we'll go and clear, like I say, I'm hoping the crane on the mule is long enough. And that will be the 2 main missions we've got complete. We'll see what it wants us from there. I think we've done a good mix of non-main, well, side missions and main today, to be fair. A lot of bridge building and road building, and tree cutting, to be fair. There you go. That is in. Oh, and that is goal complete. We didn't need to do the other bit then. Staying afloat is done.
We have a few things that need doing here. First up, the old pump station is on its last legs. Could have guessed by its name. Name aside, you could still save it by finding a new pump and some spare parts. Next, we need a reliable source of steel pipes. Take a drive to the concrete plant in the north. One of our suppliers left a truck there, loaded with all the materials we need. Get behind its wheel and take it to the spot I've marked near the steel pipes facility. And if we want things running smoothly, the backup transformer station needs a steady supply of electricity. Drive over there and clear out the area. Then lay the cable to the main power substation.
There we go. So more missions have been added now. That was the bit that I was trying to get done. So now you can see we're in the middle. On the right at the top of the above where it says main, we've completed the 1/3 of the map objectives now, and we're on to the second part, which is Neat DC, which is time to drain the water and restore the infrastructure whereas before it was just getting back to a degree. We still need to clear this debris out over here, which is what we're going to do next, mainly because that's what we plan to do next. Bring materials from the backup pump station. So we've got... we just need to reach location. Bring materials. So we need to get to that location where that backup pump station is, which is up there. And then bring over the pump and its component. Oh, okay, then we need to bring stuff from over here back. That'll be heading to the old pump station. So where's the old pump station? Because that's what will be back up and running. There. The plan is to get that up and running, essentially. That's a long journey, to be honest. Bring the truck with supplies to the steel pipes facility. So there's a truck with supplies there. And then we need to drive that to the steel pipes facility. It doesn't seem too bad, that one. Although it may require a bridge. Looking at that. There's going to be a few more bridges to build, I think. Restore the transformer stations near the railway stations. The railway station here, backup transformer. That needs the area clearing out of all the debris that's there. And then we need to connect power from probably that power line to here. Because that power line's got power. Only a small amount, but we can bring that across here. Try and bring it up here. Try and stay away from any roads. And that'll get that transformer back up and running there. These are the actual three that need doing, to be fair, looking at that. Did we gain any new side missions, or was it just main missions there? Just main missions, to be fair. So they're the start of the middle part of this map. Right, we're going to go and clear this debris out. I don't know if the crane's big enough, so we'll have a look and see if it is. If not, we may be worth heading straight to that old pumping station with the mule. Depending on the size of what needs taking back from there, maybe I could do that in one go. Depending. It's already over that side of the dam anyway. So according to what this is called, the plan is to pump and drain all the water away. An interesting map once that's all the water's gone, to be fair. Right, here we are. Where's the debris? It's quite a bit of it according to that. And again, I don't know if my crane is big enough. What I think we need to do is park sideways if we can. To give us that extra bit of reach, I think. Actually, maybe not. We may be it from here. Anchors. All depends on what the debris is, doesn't it? It's just bits of wood and stuff. Shouldn't be that bad. What if these count as logs that can be used? Because if they do, we can potentially use those towards the 20 we need. Was my thinking. Because we need to hand in 20 logs down here. Yeah, they need to be in a zone. In theory, I don't know if these will count as logs. They are logs though. I know it's calling it debris, but they're logs, aren't they? It might be something to think about when we go and do that 20. Obviously these won't count. Won't be able to use these there. Don't need to put these that far, they just need to be out of that area. Don't go back in. There's a lot more here than you think, actually, to be fair, to clear. Didn't look too bad originally. There was actually quite a bit to clear here. And I've got that stuck, haven't I? Come on, move out. There we go. Right, what's next? Another log. In theory, like I say, in theory, these should count as logs. So they are logs. It's just whether or not we'll allow us to count them. Right, another one out of the way. It's mainly just bits of log, isn't it? That's all it really is, and 2 spindles. They would have had probably heavy duty wiring or electrical wire or something at some point in the spindles. Okay, to the side. What have we got left? Is it just that spindle? Maybe it is. No, there's something else underwater there. Barrel. So these are all under the water. We didn't see that to start with. Considering we're not doing too bad for time. 10 minutes. I think we'll get this done. I don't know how much more though. That's the only downside. Although we are back in RoadCraft on Thursday morning, so whatever we don't get done today, hopefully we can get more done on Deluge on Thursday. Right, is that everything? It can't be everything. It's not cleared the mission, so it can't be everything. They're all showing up still as I think some of these are too close to the edge. Hence why they're showing up as need moving still. That little triangle says they're still in the area. There we go. No, I leave that one there, but I know isn't the end one. There we go. That is complete. Receding water reveals more woes. So the water is now draining. Or receding to a degree, but it's going to reveal more woes supposedly. Surprised we haven't got a conversation with Kelly, to be honest. But yeah, supposedly the water's draining a little bit. Can we notice anything? I suppose there's a bit more of a road this way that there wasn't there before. And these are now connected rather than being having to go through the water. I suppose that has made a difference. Other than that, I can't see much difference with the receding water, to be fair. Okay, so this one says bring materials up. So let's head up there in the mule and see what is there. We've got 10 minutes, so we've got time to go and have a look. All we do is get up there and see what the materials are. We're already outside the map, so let's go and have a look. Plus it opens a little bit more the map for us as well. And if it is stuff we can carry in the back of the mule, then brilliant, we can clear it and do some of it now essentially. So obviously this is the sand area. Yeah, I'm not giving up on the scalper that we tried to use earlier. We will try and use it again. I just don't see the reason or use of it at this point. Doesn't mean that we won't be good at any map, especially the sandier ones. Maybe that's what it's designed for, the sandier maps. This one wasn't one of them. Am I following this up? There is a roadway that goes round all the way this way. And that's how we got up last time, wasn't it? There is a road this way though. Where? Ah, I think it comes. I think it's this roadway here. Actually, let's try that. Let's try and get up this way. The mule's not too bad going off-road. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. But I suppose there's a track somewhere. The map kind of says. Oh yeah, it's there. We can see it. Okay. Get through the trees. Come on. There is a track there. Potentially we can follow. Like headbutting trees, the mule. Just, you know, for the fun of it. Right, this is the track that potentially should take us where we're going, I think. Yes. Right, so this is the old pumping station. The backup pump station, sorry. Not the old, the backup. We were meant to get to here, which we have.
Okay. Now we need to borrow a pump and some components from this backup pump station. Then we can fix the main power substation.
Okay, we've got one pump there, and I'm not going to be able to carry them all in one go, I don't think. So there's two things to bring, and we're taking it all the way over there to the old pump station. It's a long journey. In fact, we've not actually been there fully yet. We've been and seen the statue, we've seen it from a distance. I don't even know the best route to take, to be honest. We're all the way here, all the way up here. That is a long journey. That is a long journey. I mean, the longest journey I think we've done of anything. Okay. Well, it has a road coming in this way, but it looks like a sheer drop. So any other roads? I can't see a single road that leads there. Other than this one. Okay. Where does that take us? Power line. Up this way. Backup transformer. So that either takes us back to the Western Tunnel or up this way to the railway station. Which doesn't help us when we're over here. And somehow we're going to get down there. Alright, well, we can pick the bits up. Let's pick what is here up. See if we can get both in one. Because if we can, that saves a second vehicle coming all the way up, doesn't it? I think that's going to take... I think that's going to take all the space, but you never know. Obviously it's in a shed, so we don't want to pick it up too much. Why is that? Is it stuck in the shed? What's it doing? I know the back end's gone up, but I don't quite understand why. There we go. Try that again, shall we? It just lifts that back end up first, doesn't it? Let's take off anchors and drive. I know it says fragile, ignore the fact it says fragile. Right, we've got it out of there now, which is the important part. So I'm hoping to get both in on... I think if we stack it, it'll be really high though. More chance of us tipping over, I suppose, if we put the pump on top. It'll be extremely high. Right, we need to... put this in if we can. Come on. There we go. I hate trying to center these sometimes. Because any slight movement knocks it off. I think we're there. Now, I don't think we can take both orders at once, can we then? I think it will be two different. It's going to be a long journey though, twice. Unless we can put that on the top. It's doable. And it should strap down. It's going to make us very top heavy. The chance of us falling over is probably going to go a lot higher. Although we won't do it today, we're just going to load it up today because of time. Definitely think we can do it though. Right. Unstruck cargo. I wouldn't normally do this. I'd just do two journeys, but actually, looking how far we're going to travel with any of them, to do it in one is definitely going to be a better thing to do. And even if we just take it as far as the heavy transporter and then chuck it on there, at least it's something. But yeah, I would like it straight if possible. Okay, I think we're there. I don't think I'm going to do any better than that. Let's strap it up and see what happens. There we go. Like I say, we're going to be extremely top heavy. Some round corners could potentially be dodgy. Look at that. Yeah, really slow round corners then. But I've got no clue how we're going to get to our final destination, to be honest. It's miles away. There's a bridge needed there. Would that help us get there? Probably not. We don't actually know a way into where we're going to take this. That's the problem. We're going to need to go some scouting around, I think. Because we need to kind of know which road leads to it. And currently none do. And I get that, you know, roads have been broken and stuff. But there must be a way. So at least that's something started. Truck with supplies to the steel pipes facility where we're looking. Oh wow, okay, so there's a truck up here we need to go and get. And then drive it to there. I've got nothing nearby, have I? So yeah, we need to reach that stop location first. Annoyingly, I've got nothing nearby to use. Is that another base for us to unlock? We haven't managed to do yet. Our industrial base will be restored. So that once we complete this mission, we get the base that's there restored. My thinking is though, there's no bridge to get us across. We have to build bridges over there as well, I think. And transformer and clear the objects. That's fairly simple one to do, to be fair, that one. Side missions, we've got 20 logs to be delivered still. Damage from the train accident we still need to go and do, which is clear this. Easy peasy. We've just got to get something there to build a road, which we saw about. It's this one here. Luckily near our base, which is even better. I still think, even though they said this has drained some, which it has actually drained some, I still think we need some movers, some bridges to make it across. But we need to work that out, don't we? Right, what do we got? We are out of time, to be fair. I think we've got quite a bit done. As I say, we've moved on now to Knee Deep Sea, the second part of Deluge map. So we are making decent progress. We've unlocked more of the map today as well. We've looked at some new vehicles. And build roads and bridges has been more the focus, to be fair. As I say, we're out of time. Let's go and have a look at our percentage. I think we were 16% when we started today. So we'll see what 3.5 hours has given us. Have we got any further than 16%? We should have done. Now we're a third in. But for those that are enjoying RoadCraft, we are back Thursday morning with more RoadCraft. Tomorrow morning we have Death Stranding 2 on the beach. So we started at 16%. It is now 31%. 10 of 28 completed objectives. 2 of 10 side objectives. 29 slabs. And slabs are building up nicely. And then more of the map has opened up as well now. So we are making some good progress. It's just obviously it takes time. But unfortunately, we're out of time for today. That is us done. As I say, we're back tomorrow morning with Death Stranding. Tomorrow, Thursday morning, with more RoadCraft. We continue on Deluge. But that is it for me. A massive thank you to you guys for today. Thank you for the likes, the views, the comments, and the conversation. We're back tomorrow morning, Death Stranding 2 on the beach. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in the live stream very soon. Thank you all very much. Bye bye.